रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. The Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from the company MBDA replaces the old Russian R-73 that pilots used for years. The R-73 could only reach targets 10 to 15 kilometers away, which forced pilots to fly too close to the enemy and take big risks. The ASRAAM changes all that. It can hit targets more than 25 kilometers away, almost double the old range. It flies at Mach 3 speed and uses a smart infrared seeker that ignores enemy flares and jamming better than before. The Indian Air Force flies more than 55 of these MiG-29 UPG jets in frontline squadrons. These planes guard the northern and western borders day and night. Earlier upgrades added new radars, engines, and digital cockpits, but the short-range missiles stayed old. Now the ASRAAM brings fire-and-forget technology. Once the pilot locks on and fires, the missile finds the target on its own.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. The Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from the company MBDA replaces the old Russian R-73 that pilots used for years. The R-73 could only reach targets 10 to 15 kilometers away, which forced pilots to fly too close to the enemy and take big risks. The ASRAAM changes all that. It can hit targets more than 25 kilometers away, almost double the old range. It flies at Mach 3 speed and uses a smart infrared seeker that ignores enemy flares and jamming better than before. The Indian Air Force flies more than 55 of these MiG-29 UPG jets in frontline squadrons. These planes guard the northern and western borders day and night. Earlier upgrades added new radars, engines, and digital cockpits, but the short-range missiles stayed old. Now the ASRAAM brings fire and...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching The Verdict 2026 with me, Gesu Bharadwaj, on Republic TV. And viewers in West Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the TMC Supremo alleged that the electronic voting machines were being fiddled with and they were being tampered in strong rooms. Meanwhile, the ECI has cracked down on that claim and said none of this is true at all. We're getting you all the details on what's unfolding and as we await for the D-Day on the 4th of May. But first, here's a check on your headlines for the hour. Take a look. ECI shuts down Mamata's claims on poll manipulation regarding strong rooms, states no CCTVs were turned off and 3-layer security is in place. Prohibitory orders at 7 counting centres in Kolkata. Huge cordon of Kolkata police officials and paramilitary forces laid outside Bhawanipur centre. Republic scoop confirmed as ECI officially decides to reduce the number of counting centres in Bengal from 87 to now 77. TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee threatens Amit Shah, uses words like coward, gunda, alleges centre misusing agencies against TMC before elections. CEO of Zoho terms TVK Chief Vijay's political rise as remarkable, says the Vijay phenomena in Tamil Nadu should not be dismissed. Republic's big scoop on AIADMK and TVK talks as TVK General Secretary confirms on record that no alliance talks have been held with the AIADMK. Lobbying begins in Congress for Kerala Chief Minister. Letter sent to High Command recommending K.C. Venugopal for the Chief Ministerial post. Viewers, now starting first, a political face-off that erupted just last night in West Bengal as Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was in the midst of a storm. The TMC Supremo, in fact, reached Bhawanipur's strong room and remained adamant that she be let inside. It soon escalated to her alleging that CCTV cameras were turned off and the electronic voting machines were being manipulated inside these strong rooms. The Election Commission, however, was quick to counter her remarks. The dramatic incident led to a slew of political reactions. Take a look at everything that unfolded, right from the claim that was made and the claim that was debunked by ECI and everything else that follows along.
With exit polls predicting a BJP wave in Bengal, TMC seems to be growing desperate in its attempts to stay relevant. A high-voltage EVM drama broke out on Thursday night with the TMC once again claiming poll rigging. Less than 48 hours for counting and Mamata alleges that the ECI and the BJP were hand in glove. She claimed she wasn't allowed to enter the strong room in Bhawanipur, that CCTV showed BJP opening ballot boxes. The CEC quickly countered TMC's attempts to create a bigger drama.
वो पोस्टल बैलेट का रूम था, ठीक है, उनको काम करना था, 4 बजे तक कोई नहीं आया, इसलिए काम उनको 4 बजे स्टार्ट करना है। उसके बाद जब काम कर रहे थे उसके बीच में जो है हलचल सुन के 2 कैंडिडेट आए, एक इलेक्शन एजेंट आया, उन्होंने कहा ये क्या हो रहा है देख लिया। उन्होंने स्ट्रांग रूम जहाँ पे उनकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी का वो रखा हुआ है ईवीएम वो देख लिया पूरा सील्ड है, जैसे सील्ड था वैसे ही है। वो लोग चले गए। उसके बाद जो है हम लोग जो है हल्ला गुल्ला मचा था, ये हो गया वो हो गया। उसके बाद जो है सब एक्सप्लेनेशन हो गया, वहाँ ठीक हो गया, सब चले गए। और हम प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हैं एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, ताकि एकदम क्लियर रहे कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया कोई भी चीज़ जो है इलीगैलिटी कोई एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगी।
The BJP TMC face-off peaked on Friday morning, with security being heightened across multiple strong rooms in Bengal. As per the new regulations, a commission official will now be stationed 24/7 in front of the strong room. Entry into the strong room will also be strictly controlled, requiring prior authorization from the designated officer. The existing three-tier security system with the CAPF is currently being strengthened with additional deployment. Listen into what the Chief Election Commissioner of Bengal had to say.
कहाँ टेम्परिंग हुई है? कोई कंप्लेंट आया बताइए कहाँ पे हुई है? खाली एलिगेशन लगाने तो कोई भी एलिगेशन लगाए, टेम्परिंग कहाँ हुई है? CAPF है वहाँ पे, पूरा सील्ड है वहाँ पे, 3 लेयर सिक्योरिटी है, कोई जा सकता है और टेम्परिंग कैसे कर लेगा?
Political reactions are emerging and the BJP has stated that Mamata is rattled.
देखो, रहने के लिए तो हर पार्टी का व्यक्ति नियुक्त होता है। हर पार्टी में स्ट्रांग रूम पर रहने के लिए हर पार्टी के एक व्यक्ति को नियुक्त किया जाता है चुनाव आयोग के द्वारा। लेकिन आप वहाँ भी जाना चाहती हैं जो आपका क्षेत्र नहीं है। कल तो आपने वहाँ के चुनाव आयोग के CEO का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस भी सुना होगा, आपके जहाँ चला भी है। सच्चाई ये है कि ये बेचैनी है। मुझे तो ये लग रहा है कि ये पहले से भी कुछ गड़बड़ी करते होंगे स्ट्रांग रूम में, तो वही करने पहुंचे होंगे, पकड़ में आ गए तो धरने पे बैठ गए।
Listen into what BJP Shukanta Majumdar had to say in response to Mamata's actions in Bhawanipur.
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि ममता बनर्जी कल से ही विरोधी मोड में चली गई है। उनको भी पता चल गया है कि बीजेपी की सरकार होने वाली है, और इसलिए ये धरना प्रदर्शन जो विरोधियों का काम होता है, विरोधी पार्टी में जो रहते हैं, बीजेपी ने बहुत धरना प्रदर्शन किया। और जो एलिगेशंस हम पहले लगाते थे, हम डरते थे कि ईवीएम का चेंज ना हो जाए, तृणमूल कांग्रेस ऐसे करने में वो माहिर है वहाँ पे, तो स्वाभाविक रूप से वो उस तरीके की एलिगेशंस आज ममता बनर्जी और उनकी पार्टी के लोग लगा रहे हैं, जो दर्शाता है कि ममता बनर्जी भी अंदर से मान चुकी है कि उनकी पार्टी जाने वाली है, उनकी सरकार जाने वाली है।
All eyes are on the political developments in Bengal, with multiple tight margins on the exit polls and a fiery rivalry breaking out ahead of counting day. The 4th of May is on track to be a volatile and an unpredictable day.
The showdown between the Election Commission of India and TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee continues in West Bengal, that by the way just went to its second phase of polls on the 29th of April, with the D-Day of results pegged on the 4th of May. Let's take a look at everything that Mamata Banerjee has said against the ECI's handling of the elections in the state. Now, Mamata Banerjee claims that there were CCTV footages that show that BJP workers were let inside strong rooms where they managed to fiddle with the electronic voting machines. Now, on the other hand, the ECI, the Election Commission of India, says that none of this happened. They have refuted all of these claims. They said that no CCTV cameras were in fact switched off inside these strong rooms. Claim number 2. Mamata Banerjee also says that boxes were opened without the candidates being around or without the polling agents being around. The ballot boxes were opened. Now, Election Commission of India, on the other hand, says that these postal ballot rooms, the strong rooms, are under a thick 3-layer security and nobody entered these rooms to open the boxes or the ballots. In fact, another claim that she makes is that there was a breach at the Netaji Indoor Stadium strong room. She is referring to a particular strong room where she says that there was a breach of transparency and a secret breach where in fact ballots and votes were fiddled with. But the ECI, on the other hand, again says that all political parties and candidates remained informed. There was no breach and the process has been thorough thorough and transparent. In fact, moving on, TMC Supremo also says that cross-electoral fraud under ECI's protection is taking place in the state. So she has made big claims. She says that the Election Commission of India is in fact siding with the opposition, the principal opposition, Bharatiya Janata Party. On the other hand, the ECI says, we've gone to another page. I would request you to come back because we were still completing what the ECI wanted to say on the matter. But talking about another claim that's made by Mamata Banerjee, she says that she was not allowed to enter the Bhawanipur strong room. Remember, in the middle of the night yesterday, she goes to the Bhawanipur strong room asking and in fact demanding to be brought inside the room. Now, the ECI said that all procedures will be followed strictly, which means that nobody allowed to enter the strong rooms without any permission, prior permission. Viewers, in fact, getting in a big breaking development now. Repolling is supposed to happen across 11 polling booths in West Bengal tomorrow. Repolling will happen in 4 Diamond Harbour polling booths tomorrow. Remember, Diamond Harbour remained under severe contention by the TMC and the BJP, and a total of 11 stations will now go back up for repolling in West Bengal. This comes after various cases of EVMs being fiddled with came to fore from places like Falta, North 24 Parganas and even South 24 Parganas in West Bengal. And now the ECI says that repolling will be held in at least 11 stations, and that will be held tomorrow. Remember, it's also very important for the procedural repolling to be held before the results are announced on the 4th of May. And keeping that in regard, the Election Commission of India now says that repolling will happen across 11 booths just tomorrow. Now, remember, all the adults will have to go back, the voters will have to go back to exercise their franchise once more. In fact, joining me live is my colleague Harsha. Harsha, you've been tracing this story since morning. You know, earlier the Election Commission said that over 30 booths will go for repolling, and now there is a confirmation that at least 11, with at least 4 that are out of Diamond Harbour, to go up for repolling once again. What more details can you get us, Harsha?
So, Gesu, I'll break it down for all our viewers to understand exactly what the Election Commission has stated in its notice. So, an order has come from Election Commission of India, where the Election Commission of India has stated that on 2nd of May, repolling will happen on 11 booths of Margarhat Paschim and also on 4 booths of Diamond Harbour, which we have been stating since morning that these are the places where exactly the tampering was done. But, Gesu, regarding 30 booths of Falta, that notice, that order is yet to come. The Election Commission of India has only sent out a message that the Falta repolling order is awaited. It's still not out. That means the special observer who has submitted a report on the Falta Assembly constituency regarding the number of polling booths, 30 polling booths in Falta, that order is yet to come. The Election Commission of India is right now examining the report of the special observer on Falta, and that is the reason the order is being delayed. But for now, we know that tomorrow, 2nd of May, because Gesu, I was again and again, stressing upon this need of repolling tomorrow, because tomorrow is the only time, tomorrow is the only day when exactly the repolling can happen, so that on 3rd of May, all the EVMs of that repolling booths reach to the strong room, and on 4th of May, the counting of each and every assembly constituencies and number of polling booths could happen peacefully. So for that, tomorrow is a very important day, because in Diamond Harbour and Margarhat Paschim, where the highest number of tampering in the polling booths were reported, those all will go for repolling tomorrow. We have to wait for a few minutes. I think in another 15 minutes to 30 minutes, the order for Falta will also come out. Only the Falta order is awaited from the Election Commission of India. Rest, the repolling where it was supposed to happen, where the reports were found of the EVM tampering, the VVPAT tampering with the machine, and also the ballot was taped. In all those places, repolling has been ordered. This is a big news for today, because these are the places where the desperate attempts by TMC supporters were seen for the EVM tampering. Hindus were blocked from voting. The BJP candidates were not allowed in the polling booth. the webcasting of that particular polling booths were not done. It was not recorded. The network operators have been asked to submit the detailed report on it. Probe has been initiated. Inquiry has been set up. A lot has happened on all these polling booths where exactly the tampering took place. So we are expecting that tomorrow repoll goes peacefully, because that's the most important thing for tomorrow, because again there should not be any sort of violence and unrest in the polling booths where the repolling is happening, and the EVM should be safe and sound. Back to you.
In fact, also speak to us about the 11 polling booths that we're eyeing. We know that these polling booths could be across areas that has not been defined yet in the first information that we've received. But since you're on ground, Diamond Harbour has about 4 polling booths of these 11 that will go up for repolling. Speak to us about whether or not some share in these polling booths is also from areas like Falta, where exactly you were on the 29th and you saw what unfolded. Taping and tampering of the EVMs took place. That is in fact the first cue from where the Election Commission even began thinking about repolling over practices like these that were, marring multiple polling booths across West Bengal. Harsha.
So Falta comes under Diamond Harbour. Diamond Harbour has 7 assembly constituency, but in entire all those Diamond Harbour, only Diamond Harbour's polling booth has been notified by the Election Commission of India. Falta is yet to come. I understand there are a lot of lot of assertions regarding Falta from the side of the TMC party that repolling was not needed, but there's a lot of weight also amongst the BJP supporters and amongst the candidate of the BJP from Falta of the repolling of the Falta assembly constituency, because there were narrow lanes, there were small villages in the assembly constituency. The polling booths were set up around the water body, in the small villages, in the minority places where the minorities are in majority, where Jahangir Khan had an influence in all that place. But Falta also being the very important place and crucial, that day it was in news since morning. We remember Suvendu Adhikari was posed with this question of Falta, and he stated that Home Minister has been apprised about the Falta situation and some necessity action will be taken against those who didn't let Hindu community vote in the Falta region. In fact, now the details are also coming out how the close aide of Jahangir Khan stopped Hindus from voting and going to the polling booth, and how the EVM tampering was done. It was Jahangir Khan's close associate who led the taping of the EVM ballot button of the BJP in the polling booths of Falta. So what majorly we are waiting for is that Gesu, the order on the Falta. But before that, Magarat Pashchim and Diamond Harbour are very important regions in Diamond Harbour. Diamond Harbour is also one of the assembly constituency where exactly this issue happened, and there are 4 polling booths of Diamond Harbour. We reported that day also that how in Diamond Harbour there were the huge security forces deployed, but in fact, even after the deployment of security forces, it was the network operators, it was the jamming. The networks were jammed or they were hacked. How could the webcasting couldn't happen of those polling booths? Because Election Commission of India was not aware of the webcasting, completely halted in those polling booths. If on that day only Election Commission would have been apprised about the issue of network, of the webcasting, presiding officer would have looked upon this issue. But Election Commission of India was not aware about it on the polling day. That is the main reason why the repolling has been called in the Diamond Harbour polling booth as well. So these are the turn of events, what happened on the polling day on 29th of April, which have transpired for the repolling on 2nd of May, which is tomorrow in Diamond Harbour. And right now in Magarat Pashchim, we are waiting for the Falta order to come ASAP. Back to you.
Definitely. Thanks for getting us such a detailed lowdown, Harsha. In fact, all eyes will definitely be on the 11 repolling booths in West Bengal. Viewers, now shifting focus. BJP's Priyanka Tibrewal, in an exclusive conversation with the Republic, states that TMC and Mamata Banerjee will fall flat and lose major stronghold in West Bengal. She in fact goes on to add that this is due to the Hindu vote consolidation that the state has seen after yesteryears. Now let's listen into this entire conversation that breaks down what the BJP thinks is going to work in their favor and going to take away TMC's vote in the state of West Bengal.
पश्चिम बंगाल में काउंटिंग से पहले रिपोलिंग की बात से लेकर के टीएमसी के एलिगेशंस लगातार बढ़ते हुए हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए बीजेपी की नेता प्रियंका टिब्रेवाल मौजूद है, जो एंटाली से जिन्होंने चुनाव भी लड़ा है। प्रियंका जी, कल रात की घटना आपने देखी, आप खुद नेताजी सुभाष इंडोर स्टेडियम में थी, जो कि काउंटिंग सेंटर है, और शेखावट पे जहां पे ममता बनर्जी खुद पहुंच गई थी, कहते हुए कि नहीं डिलीट हो रहा है, वोट कोअर्जन है। क्या कहेंगे आप, तिलमिलाहट है?
देखिए, बौखला गए हैं, संतुलन बिगड़ गया है, क्योंकि जमीनी स्तर पर ये समझ गए हैं कि हार गए हैं। अब उस हार को स्वीकार करना इनसे हो नहीं रहा है। तो इसीलिए पहले आप शाम का वीडियो देखिए, आए कि हम 2026 से ज्यादा सीटें लेकर के आ रहे हैं, 2026 से ज्यादा सीटें लेकर के आ रहे हैं, तो क्यों दौड़ते दौड़ते पागल के जैसे आप गए वहां? ये साफ इससे पता है कि अब ये थिएट्रिक्स हो रहा है, ड्रामा हो रहा है। पहले का वीडियो बनाया कि 2026 सीटें आ रही हैं, फिर जाके बनाया देखो 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 चीटिंग हो रही है, ताकि अब मुंह खोल करके ये लोगों को बोल सकेंगे काउंटिंग के दिन कि देखिए भैया हमने बताया था चीटिंग हो रही है, चीटिंग हो गई, वरना तो हम जीत ही गए थे। तो ये सब कुछ नहीं है, ये नाटक है, और इस नाटक से अब कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। जनता ने अपना जवाब जो है वो वोटिंग के माध्यम से इनको दे दिया है।
लेकिन प्रियंका जी, जिस तरीके से अब रिपोलिंग की बातें सामने आ रही हैं, फाल्टा में 30 बूथ, मगराहाट वेस्ट में 11 बूथ, डायमंड हार्बर में 4 बूथ लगातार, तो ये बात तो सही है कि भले हिंसा नहीं कर पाए, लेकिन किसी तरीके से ईवीएम टैंपरिंग की कोशिश पूरी हुई थी।
अरे चोर चोरी से जाए, सीना जोरी से ना जाए, वही बात हो रही है। इनको इतनी आदत हो गई है, जैसे किसी गंजेड़ी को गांजा पीने की आदत होती है, नशा करने की आदत होती है, वैसे तृणमूल के रग रग में चीटिंग घुसी हुई है। इसलिए इतना सब कुछ होने के बावजूद भी ये ऐसे लातखोर हैं, तो ये चीटिंग किए बिना मान नहीं रहते। तो कहीं ना कहीं कोशिश करी, क्या फायदा हुआ? रिपोलिंग हो जाएगी।
लेकिन आप खुद वहां पे मौजूद थी, जो मंजर था रात का, हम लोगों ने देखा किस तरह से टीएमसी के सपोर्टर बैठ गए, शशि पांजा खुद बैठ गई थी, कुणाल घोष बैठ गए, लगातार आरोप लगा रहे इलेक्शन मशीनरी पे, पैरा फोर्सेस पे। क्या लगता है, डेस्परेटनेस है, रैटलनेस है?
एकदम भाई, इतने साल ये लोग जो सत्ता का मजा उठाते आए हैं, अब वो सारा सब कुछ खत्म हो गया। ना रहेगी सत्ता, ना रहेंगे वो तेवर, तो उसको सोच करके ये डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। देखिए भाई, जनगण का फैसला जो है वो आखिरी फैसला है, और आपको उसे स्वीकार करना पड़ेगा। मैं तो यही कहूंगी, क्या भूल हुई है उसे देखिए, उस पर काम कीजिए। अभी आने वाले 5 सालों में जनता के लिए कुछ काम करने के लिए अपनी योजना बनाइए, लेकिन ये योजना फिर भी किसी काम की नहीं रहेगी, क्योंकि अब 50 साल तक ये नहीं आ पाएंगे।
आपको लगता है कि ममता बनर्जी को ये महसूस होना शुरू हो गया है कि वो विपक्ष में बैठने वाली हैं?
वो ये भी नहीं कर पाएंगी। विपक्ष में बैठने के लिए भी एमएलए बनना जरूरी है ना, जीतना जरूरी है। भवानीपुर तो वो हार रही हैं, तो विपक्ष में बैठेगा कौन? मुझे तो लगता है उनके इतने दिन खराब आ जाएंगे कि विपक्ष का नेता उनको बॉबी हकीम को बनाना पड़ेगा।
जो पोस्ट वायलेंस को लेके बात कही जा रही है कि काउंटिंग डे के दिन अभिषेक बैनर्जी ने चेतावनी दी कि 4 तारीख को 12 बजे के बाद देख लूंगा। ममता बनर्जी कह रही हैं अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को कि मजबूत रहिए, ये सब रिग्ड है, ये सब प्री प्लान्ड है, ये सब कुछ नहीं होगा, सरकार तो हम ही बनाएंगे। तो क्या मैसेजिंग कर रहे हैं? क्या डीमोटिवेट हो गए उनके कार्यकर्ता?
देखिए, अभिषेक बैनर्जी की बात ही मैं उनको सुनाऊंगी और वापस कहूंगी, बाप के बेटे हो तो 4 तारीख पश्चिम बंगाल में ही रहना। बाप के बेटे अगर हो तो भागकर अपने ससुराल बैंकॉक मत चले जाना।
एक और बात प्रियंका जी, जो माहौल इस वक्त पश्चिम बंगाल का बना हुआ है, सेंट्रल फोर्सेस की डिप्लॉयमेंट अंदर से लेके बाहर तक, आप मान रही है कि काउंटिंग डे के दिन वायलेंस नहीं होगा, ना होने दिया जाएगा, जो कि हमेशा से इतिहास रहा है पश्चिम बंगाल का, बिना किसी हिंसा के यहाँ पे कोई भी चुनाव संपन्न नहीं हुआ है?
देखिए, इस बार भाजपा जो है वो पश्चिम बंगाल का नया चैप्टर खोल रही है, और इस चैप्टर में वायलेंस के लिए, दंगों के लिए, भेदभाव के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है। हमारा चैप्टर का इंट्रोडक्शन ही डेवलपमेंट से शुरू होता है।
अपनी खुद की सीट आप निकाल रही हैं?
जनता ने निकाल दी मेरी सीट,
जनता ने निकाल दी?
बिल्कुल निकाल दी। और स्पेशल धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी इंटाली के उन हिंदुओं का जिन्होंने एकजुट होकर के मुझे वोट दिया।
यानी कि आप लोग को पता है कि इस बार पूरा पोलराइज हुआ है चुनाव?
पोलराइज हुआ या नहीं हुआ मुझे उससे नहीं कुछ फर्क पड़ता, लेकिन मुझे ये पता है कि इससे पहले जो इंटाली में चुनाव हुआ था वो एक तरफा जो है मुस्लिम वोट्स पर ये तृणमूल जीत करके आया था। इस बार भी उन्होंने अपनी पूरी ताकत लगाई, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे पढ़े लिखे मुसलमान हैं जिन्होंने भाजपा को भी वोट दिया है, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं कि यहाँ पर मैं जीत के आऊंगी तो डेवलपमेंट का काम होगा।
एक आखिरी सवाल, लगभग कितना माना जाए, कंफर्टेबल विन कहा जाए, या फिर लगता है कि नहीं, जो एग्जिट पोल्स बता रहे हैं 150 से 170 के बीच पार्टी सिमट के रह जाएगी, या स्वीपिंग मैंडेट ही आ जाएगा? क्या भापा है भाजपा ने?
जनता का आशीर्वाद बताएगा, लेकिन जीतने के लिए जितनी चाहिए उससे ऊपर ही लाएंगे हम।
Viewers, that's all that we could wrap for you in this edition of The Verdict 2026. But don't go anywhere. On the other side, Congress veteran K. Sudhakaran has now sent a letter to AICC recommending KC Venugopal for the chief ministerial post. We're getting you all of that on the other side. Stay tuned to Republic TV.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है। स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
कहीं इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. The Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the advanced short-range air-to-air missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from the company MBDA replaces the old Russian R-73 that
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा आर प्योर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ, स्वाद आया? आया।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
कहीं इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े, चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. The Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the advanced short-range air-to-air missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from the company...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can. Reports emerged that President Trump is set to convene a high-level meeting on the war in Iran as CENTCOM also briefs US President on the final blow to Iran. Reports emerge of cracks in Iran administration. They say Pezeshkian and Ghalibaf and others want Arakchi out. Death toll rises to 9 after tourist cruise boat capsized during a sudden storm. Several feared missing, rescue efforts underway. Supreme Court has granted bail to Congress leader Pawan Khera over the forgery case, but they've imposed restrictions. He cannot travel abroad and have directed him to cooperate with the probe. It's the clearest video of the shooter Cole Allen that has emerged now. Fresh visuals show him racing past security while officials quickly responded by taking him down. Commercial LPG prices hiked by 993 rupees amid war pushing cylinders and prices past the 3,000 rupee mark. Petrol and diesel rates remain steady. Amit Shah addresses a massive crowd in Ladakh on Budh Purnima during his historic Ladakh visit, asserts only peace and compassion can solve the unrest in the region. And India's gross GST collections hit a record high of 2.43 lakh crore rupees in April 2026, marking an 8.7% year-on-year growth. Good evening, welcome to Republic. I'm Ridhuma. Top focus viewers, Bengal remains unpredictable. Exit polls are split. 5 predict a BJP breakthrough while 2 foresee a TMC victory. As the state awaits the May 4th results, data points to a fierce finish in a race that's going to close to a call. Take a look at Republic's editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami's analysis on Republic's mega poll of polls.
Pradeep, you've chosen not to reveal your numbers on Bengal. But you told me yesterday that you would try one more time. You had said yesterday that I will try one more time to see whether I can go and do a survey. Did you try to do that?
Yes, definitely, Arnab. Today we tried hard enough and tried to speak, but it happens to be the presidency and most number of seats in the second phase. And it is getting worse in Kolkata. I would say yesterday in rural areas, 6 to 7% people is not willing to speak. Here, number is 7 to 8 people not willing to speak to people. I mean, and that's the methodology we follow, face-to-face interview across the constituency. and with representative.
What is the
sampling.
demography you're looking at? What kind of demography are you looking at? You're saying Kolkata. What kind of people are you speaking to? People in lower economic clusters, people in high-rise apartments? How do you decide?
First and foremost important is gender, which is 50-50, which is the largest demography in that sense, the representative. The second most important in case of Bengal, it differs from different state to state, is the caste. Caste meaning 3-4 major castes here when it comes to presidency. One is the scheduled caste, the general class, the minorities, and there is no question of ST in Kolkata. So these are the 3-4 major castes when it comes to Bengal, and that too it comes to the city.
So Pradeep, my here today I have two other pollsters with you, and this question must be addressed. Some of our viewers are asking, if people are not talking to Access My India, how are they talking to Matrix? If they are not talking to Pradeep Gupta, how are they talking to PMark? Do you have an answer for that, Manojji? You put out your polls, you said 68,000 sample you have got. आपसे बात करें, उनसे बात नहीं करें, ये मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा।
नहीं, मुझे तो आश्चर्य इस बात को लेकर, क्या 2021 में बताया जा रहा था कि हम पोल किसको कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उस समय भी तो सारे पोल किए थे, एक्सेस भी किया था और मैं
एक्सेस ने भी किया था।
तो क्या उसमें और आज के अंतर में क्या हुआ? दूसरी बात है कि जब हम बार बार ये कह रहे हैं कि बंगाल में भय का वातावरण है, किससे भय है? ममता बनर्जी से भय है।
से भय।
और जब जो नहीं बोल रहा है, यानी को भय से नहीं बोल रहा, तो ममता का तो वोटर नहीं हो सकता है। क्या हो सकता है ममता का वोटर?
असंभव है। तो अभी इस वक्त बहुत ड्रामा हो रहा है वहां पे, देखिए
इलेक्शन का कोई मतलब कि हम नहीं कर पा रहे।
आपने जो सवाल इनको पूछा तो ये जवाब दे दे। वहां पे बहुत ड्रामा हो रहा है कोलकाता में। वहां पे कुणाल घोष आई थिंक कुछ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हैं, ममता बनर्जी ड्रामा करने पहुंच रही है, शशि पांजा भी उनके साथ है। बहुत ड्रामा आज रात को होने वाला है। ममता बनर्जी बोल रही है मैं वहां पे बैठ के चौकीदारी करूंगी, जो वहां पे स्ट्रांग रूम से
सब कुछ दिखा रहा है कि जो बीजेपी 2021 में कर रही थी
जी,
वो आज टीएमसी को करना पड़ रहा है
जी। मगर ये सवाल मैं चाहता हूं प्रदीप गुप्ता जी, जस्ट कमिंग टू अनिमेश, प्रदीप गुप्ता जी, ही हैज आस्क्ड अ क्वेश्चन टू यू कि 2021 में आपसे बात कर रहे थे, 2026 में बात नहीं कर रहे, ये कैसा हो रहा है?
देखिए 2021 में भी 20 से 30% लोग बात नहीं कर रहे थे बंगाल में, लेकिन इस समय जो है इस पोल में जो है बिकॉज ऑफ मल्टीपल रीजंस, जैसे मैंने कहा SIR है वगैरह वगैरह, और भी ऐसे विषय आ चुके हैं सामने कि लोग बहुत ज्यादा डरे हुए हैं। वो बात अननेसेसरी प्रॉब्लम में नहीं आना चाहते। व्हेन यू नॉक द डोर एंड इट्स नॉट दैट कि हम सामने रोड पे उनसे बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं। नो, पोलिंग डे के दिन आज के समय में एग्जिट पोल अलाउड ही नहीं है एज पर ECI गाइडलाइन।
अच्छा, ये कोई अभी ड्रामा हो रहा है? 1 मिनट में लाइव जाता हूँ, ये लाइव तस्वीरें हो रही है, लग रहा है कुछ हो रहा है वहाँ पे। अब हम रिपोर्टर अगर हैं वहाँ पे तो मैं दिखाना भी चाहूंगा। सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस पुलिस के बीच में कोई झड़प हो रही है। आई थिंक इट्स अ सेटअप गेम Mamata is doing out there. Animesh has a question also. Animesh, how come people are talking to you and not talking to him? This I find strange. You know, are you using different methods? Because yesterday Pradeep Gupta said that I send my people on the ground. He said the people on the ground, 5 of his people got arrested while they were on the ground. Why were your people not arrested? Why are people talking to you? I'm not understanding this duality.
No. I think West Bengal is definitely a unique state, and even our teams have faced challenges in both 2026 and 2021, and especially when the winds of change are much stronger, right? The people are much more hesitant to come out in face-to-face interviews and come out with
but what percentage were not willing to talk to you? See, he says only 7 to 8% were willing to talk to me, which means 92% are... No, what did you say, Pradeep Gupta? Is that
7 to 8 not ready to talk to us?
What percentage?
70 to 80%.
70 to 80% were not willing to talk to you. What was the number for you, Animesh, who were not willing to talk to you?
It was closer to 50%. So
50% were not willing to talk to you also.
That's correct. Whereas the national average that we face is around 20 to 25%.
One minute. What percentage were not willing to talk to you? Everybody was willing to talk to you. I'm asking you, Manoj ji.
नहीं ऐसा
नहीं ऐसा कुछ था कि आपके पास भी
नहीं था। देखिए क्या था कि इलेक्शन के 3 महीने तक इस तरह के माहौल थे कि लोग जवाब नहीं देना चाहते थे। जैसे हम लोग सर्वे करते हैं तो एरर में जो आता है, जो नहीं बताना चाहते कि भाई हम किसी को पार्टी, वो होता था 33-34%। लेकिन जैसे जैसे इलेक्शन पोल का नियरेस्ट आता है समय, तो लोग उसको रिप्लाई करते हैं कि नहीं हम वोट दिया था। और इस बार तो बंगाल में मैंने आश्चर्य इस बात को है अर्णव जी कि जब मैं खुद बंगाल में खड़ा था पोल के दिन और मुझे लोगों ने खुलकर बताया कि ऐसी ऐसी बातें हैं, मुझे तो लगा
ये कैसे हो रहा है प्रदीप गुप्ता जी?
अगर मैं साथ समस्या हो सकती है,
उनकी समस्या पे मैं वो उनकी समस्या है और उस पे मैं कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहता, मगर मैं एक नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग टू माय माइंड प्रदीप. वी रिस्पेक्ट योर डिसीजन. Sanju, I'm coming to you. Just let me get this psephological part right. The point is, viewers, that if 50% of the people are not willing to talk to PMark, if 70% of the people are not willing to talk to Access My India, and if we assume that 70% of the 50% are supporting the BJP, because the assumption is that the BJP worker would be more scared to reveal their political preference, right? Then I think the cumulative number would be much more for the BJP, right, Pradeep? This is just common sense.
I don't want to speculate on this direction because those who haven't spoken, how can we say that they are favoring to this party or to that party? I mean, this is something common sense, as you rightly pointed out. But beyond common sense, we have to do the statistical analysis. And for that, my sample is not representative enough at this point of time. All I can say is this.
High Court has dismissed the petition which you put against the Chief Electoral Officer's decision to deploy only, and I repeat, only central government employees as counting supervisors for the assembly elections. You said, yes. No, 1 minute. The judge has rejected the allegation that central government officers are going to work for the BJP. Okay? And now they have, I'll tell you what they said. Only the counting supervisor and the counting assistants will not be in the vote counting room. Micro observers, counting agents of the candidates who are contesting the elections and counting personnel will also be in the counting room. Therefore, it is impossible to believe the allegations made by the petitioner. Your candidates have their representatives inside the counting room, which means the only reason that you are doing this is because you know that you are losing. So you need to do some drama. You're a drama party, loser party, drama party. Your crime syndicate is not lasting, Sudipto. The court, are you questioning the decision of the court? Then go to the Supreme Court. 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 Go today. Who's stopping you? Go.
Go and knock on the door.
Go to the court.
Everyone has the liberty.
The High Court has said this is rubbish. High Court has said that your allegations have no basis. You have no respect for the court. You think you're above the court of the country, above the election commission, above everything?
What court has decided, everyone will accept it. Definitely.
No, you are not accepting it. Your leader is not accepting it. Your leader is rejecting it. Your leader is doing drama. If your leader is a problem, go to the Supreme Court.
Everyone has the liberty to go before the court. The Constitution has given the power.
So you have the liberty, exercise it, man. Exercise your liberty.
Go before the court.
Exercise your liberty. Don't do the street drama.
It is a normal procedure. It's a judiciary. It is a judiciary.
Mamata Banerjee has won 3 assembly elections in a row. Did the BJP ever say that Mamata Banerjee's victory was not fair? Why is it that now when exit polls are saying BJP will have a clean sweep in West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee has started howling, Mahua Moitra has started crying, Derek O'Brien has started abusing, Piper has started maligning, everyone from the BJP, right from Amit Shah to Narendra Modi, ये डर अच्छा है और इस डर के कारण जो जनता आज तक TMC को वोट देती आ रही थी, वो डर खत्म हो गया. And thank God
the point is 1 minute. The point is, I just want to speak logically. The point is, Sudipta, can you give me a moment? Sudipta, एतो भय पेते नहीं. Don't be so scared.
धक्का मार के
कोई धक्का नहीं मार रहा है. स्ट्रॉन्ग रूम में लॉक्ड अप है, EVMs are locked up.
आज वो मारा गया है.
अरे भाई साहब थोड़ा पढ़ लिख कर आया करो डिबेट पर. You don't even know how the electoral process functions. You're coming and making reckless allegations. Ballot boxes, EVM machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a remarkable situation here today. Let me tell you, Pulla, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. Even after more than 35 years, when the left lost power, I learn from Buddhadev Bhattacharya, learn from Jyoti Basu, learn from the great people in the left. When they lost power after more than 35 years, they said, okay, we accept the verdict, we are going to sit in the opposition. Erokom drama koreni kintu.
Let him mandate.
No. She's winning, Arnab. Why do you think she's losing? 1 or 2 polls say it.
But if she's losing...
She's winning.
But
even, what makes you think that 1 or 2 polls she should go home, fold her chair and sit at home?
Pulla.
TMK Pulla Rao.
No, but let me see. Mamata is somebody I also know. I've seen her. Mamata is somebody I know.
Why aren't you using this feed? Use the Republic Bangla feed.
Mamata Banerjee's retainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, some more dramas. Is there live pictures? Are these live? Now Trinamool and BJP. Where are my live visuals? Take the straight Republic Bangla feed. Don't you know Republic Bangla is the fastest, quickest network? We cut the visuals of Republic Bangla and put it out there. Now the question is, Pulla, you have exercised every single option. Har cheez kar liye. Now, you went to the court and court told you, listen, how can you talk like this? You still have a problem with the High Court, go to the Supreme Court. But this is crazy behavior by you. And Kapil Madan, this has never happened. If she's going to be such a bad loser, then people will laugh at her even more on Monday. Kapil and Pulla.
Election so far. She's never lost.
Well, the left had also never lost.
Never lost.
The left had never lost.
From 85.
At one point of time, Jayalalitha had never lost.
And she vanquished the left.
No, sometimes, someday everybody loses.
No, but not
even DMK will lose.
Part of democracy. That is not the question.
I want to tell you, what is Mamata Banerjee saying? She's saying basically that the strong rooms are going to be broken into. The BJP is going to enter the strong rooms. The BJP is going to break the locks. The BJP is going to break the EVMs. And the BJP is going to subvert the entire electoral process. That is unadulterated garbage and rubbish. And I'll tell you why. Because in this very place, which is the one constituency drama happening, Beleghata, Kunal Ghosh is among the people. She's the Trinamool spokesperson. Among the people who has got a letter from the returning officer saying, in reference to the above issue, you are requested to remain present and to observe the entire process of segregation of postal ballots at the district strong room located in Shudiram Anushilon Kendra. So the Trinamool Congress has been told, Sudipto. So your lie I am catching, the Trinamool Congress, Kunal Ghosh was told to be present and he was present during the segregation of the polling ballots. So this has all happened before him. So you have been caught lying. You have lied. You have lied about democracy. No. This letter, a copy I have. Should I send you the letter copy right now? Should I send you the letter? Someone from my guest relations team send him the letter. Send it to him. Send it to him so you can see your phone. No, I'm sending it to you. Niranjan is sending it to you right now. Our team is sending you the letter. Acknowledge the letter and call Kunal Ghosh a liar on my program. Because Sanju, I have got the letter.
What Mamata Banerjee has said in the video, you should rely on that. Mamata Banerjee.
In fact, the first person to whom the letter is sent is Kunal Kumar Ghosh, All India Trinamool Congress.
Exactly.
Second person is Paramita Roy, CPIM. Third person is Partha Chaudhary, BJP. Fourth person is Shahina Javed, Indian National Congress. Fifth person is Jayanti Mitra, SUCI. And after that, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 independent candidates. You are a liar. I have caught your lie. The letter is being sent to you. You say that I am a liar. I have a letter. I have the letter. I have sent you. Please see your phone. Please see your phone right now. Please open your phone, sir. Your phone is right there in front of you. Open your phone, sir. See the message I have sent you. Please open the file. Open the file, sir. The letter from the office of the returning officer 164 Beleghata Assembly Constituency, North Kolkata Electoral District. Please open the letter, sir. Please open the file, sir. Please open the file, sir. Please open the file.
This guy is a rabid liar.
Open the file. Open the file, sir.
Of TMC is thuggery, vandalism.
Sudipta, open the file.
Yes, I have seen it. I have seen it.
What have you seen?
I have seen it. I am checking it.
What have you seen?
On live TV.
But
He's scared.
No, what have you seen? No. What have you seen? I sent you the letter, sir. Kunal Ghosh was sent the letter. Send it to Sanju also. Send it to Sanju also. Don't put your... You see it. Read it. Read it. Live television. Send it to Sanju
You
also.
have exposed him on live TV. He did not see this
Sudipta
coming.
exposed Trinamool.
He thought he could bluff his way through.
No.
You can't bluff your way through with Arnab Goswami. You should have done some basic
Sanju, you also have the letter now. Sanju, open your phone. Sanju, see the letter.
It is nothing to do with this letter.
The letter is from the letter is as per due process. Your candidate is told to be present in the strong rooms.
Room should be secured by the party workers.
You think
because they are champions. From the summer past experience in Nandikam, she has shown her concern.
Assembly constituency.
And
letter addressed to Kunal
Every political leader has their own right to secure
Jayanti Mitra, Abhijit Hazara, Deputy Dev,
So
Nazir Ahmed,
what? What you are reading, madam?
जो यहाँ पे हंगामा हो रहा है
11 people. Letter has been addressed to 11 people, including TMC, including CP.
Share kiya. Mr. Manoj has shared one thing with me. 1 minute. Manoj wants to share something. Manoj, who's the founder of Matrise, the director of Matrise, the polling agency, wants to say something about this constituency. Yes, Manoj.
हाँ, ये जो एरिया है जहाँ पे हंगामा देख रहे हैं आप और ममता जी भी आकर आ रही हैं, उनका खुद भी विधानसभा यहीं पे पड़ता है और सारे स्टॉक रूम में जो आकर ईवीएम है और यहाँ पे पिछली बार 2021 में देखेंगे कि टीएमसी पूरी तरह से एक तरफा जीत हासिल की थी और इस बार उसको लग रहा है कि ये बड़ा नुकसान जो मुझे होने जा रहा है इस एरिया में होने जा रहा है, जबकि अदी स्ट्रांग रूम में सबसे ज्यादा पहरा कहीं पे है तो इसी एरिया में है। अदी उनको जाना था तो आप उत्तरी और दक्षिणी के भाग में जाते जहां पे लोगों की पहुंच कम है, चाहे आप परगना साउथ और नॉर्थ का ले लीजिए।
So which means you are saying that even she is worried about losing places which she swept last time.
हाँ, तो ये सबसे यहाँ पे उनको लग रहा है कि मैं 30 से करीब 30 सीटों का मेरा लॉसेज हो जाएगा, जो सेकेंड फेज का ये एरिया है और यहाँ पर 30 का होगा और 18 का पहले का आंकड़ा ले ले तो जो पहले हम लोग ने एग्जिट पोल में दिखाया है, मुझे लगता है कि वो आंकड़ा उसी एरिया उसी जगह पे जा रहा है और ये परेशानी जो दिख रही है कि जाकर स्टॉक रूम के आगे अच्छा शांतिपूर्वक कोई बता दे कि भैया सीआरपीएफ लगने से चाहे सेंट्रल फोर्स कितने लोगों को हंगामा नहीं हुआ, यदि किसी को वोट नहीं देने के दिया गया तब 92% हो गया, तो क्या अब बाहर से सेंट्रल फोर्सेज लाकर 100% पोल कराए? तो ऐसा तो था नहीं, सारे लोग पोल कर रहे हैं।
Animesh has not spoken much. Dr. Animesh Pandey, tell me, you said 50% of the people did not speak to you. Would you also believe most of them would be pro-BJP?
Correct. If the winds of change, especially the voters who want to vote for change, they will definitely not come out or will be more reluctant, hesitant to come out. And I totally agree with what Mr. Manoj is saying, right? The phase 2 was the critical phase for TMC. That is where they were expected to sort of cover the lead and probably progress towards victory that BJP was gaining in phase 1, where it was anyway expected to gain at least 25 to 30 seats. This is where they thought that we will be able to gain 60 seats. But at least as per our polls, and our polls were probably one of the first that came out, phase 2 is where TMC is getting the biggest hit compared to 2021. Everybody expected BJP to sweep phase 1, which is the North Bengal area, but Kolkata, the North Pargana, South Pargana, I think that is the area where, and that is where probably why the drama is happening and why such a stringent protection and dharna is happening.
So phase 2 has gone worse for them.
Yes.
An experienced politician like Mamata Banerjee would know it, no?
I think definitely she would have definitely got the ground feedback. I think TMC has a much stronger booth cadre than probably among many of the political parties across India. So she would have got some feedback. And that is why she's doing what she does best, which is what being on the road and probably doing a dharna.
It's going to be very difficult for her to keep her party together because there's no ideology of Trinamool Congress. As Sudipta will agree, it's a party without ideology. It's a party whose entire purpose is to retain power. And they have, over the last 5 years, especially delegated the power to different people like Shah Jahan, like this Jahangir.
Yes.
They've got the local gundas in charge.
And we get to you after a short break. Republic's big scoop on AIADMK and TVK talks as TVK General Secretary confirms on record there is no alliance talk that has been held with the AIADMK. 2026 verdict. All the news right here on India's favorite news channel. Stay on with us.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट
क्या बात है स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है अरे मेरे राजा
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाई जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग असली स्वाद असली मजा
MTH
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला डिलीशियस हेल्दी एवरीडे
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. The Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट वो भी हर महीने
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ सोच बदलो और बैंक भी चमकी चाट से क्या बना है
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट
क्या बात है स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है अरे मेरे राजा
मसाला
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. The Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from the company MBDA replaces the old Russian R-73 that pilots used for years. The R-73 could only reach targets 10 to 15 kilometers away, which forced pilots to fly too close to the enemy and take big risks. The ASRAAM changes all that. It can hit targets more than 25 kilometers away, almost double the old range. It flies at Mach 3 speed and uses a smart infrared seeker that ignores enemy flares and jamming better than before. The Indian Air Force flies more than 55 of these MiG-29 UPG jets in frontline squadrons. These planes guard the northern and western borders day and night. Earlier upgrades added new radars, engines, and digital cockpits, but the short-range missiles stayed old. Now the ASRAAM brings fire-and-forget technology. Once the pilot locks on and fires, the missile finds the target on its own, even if the jet turns away to dodge enemy fire. It also works with helmet-mounted displays, so the pilot can just look at the enemy plane through the visor and the missile follows the eyes. This high off-bore sight ability lets the jet attack from strange angles without turning the whole.
Was Bhagwat Maan drunk? Shut the door to alcohol test. Tipsy-turvy Punjab politics debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
Commercial and jet fuel prices hiked. The tightrope walk on fuel prices. For how long can government hold out? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
The result on the 4th of May will be the most important result since the national election mandate. In the middle of 2024, there were all these naysayers who said BJP is over, Modi has lost his aura of invincibility. They said Congress is back. It's a matter of time before Congress takes over Delhi. What happened after that? Ladies and gentlemen, Congress ruled 3 states then, they ruled 3 states today. This election is significant. It is the most significant for the BJP. If the BJP wins Assam and can win Bengal and can gain vote share in Kerala and gain in the form of an alliance in Tamil Nadu, then trust me, this is the strongest ever BJP since 2014.
Was Bhagwat Maan drunk? Shut the door to alcohol test. Tipsy-turvy Punjab politics debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
Commercial and jet fuel prices hiked. The tightrope walk on fuel prices.
For how long can government hold out? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
And welcome you watching a special broadcast. The final countdown has begun. Is there some sort of nervousness within the Trinamool Congress camp, with Mamata Banerjee camping outside the strong room? The other big state that we are tracking very closely is Tamil Nadu. What seems to be a big surprise, Vijay's blockbuster entry. Over the next 1 hour, we take you through all that has developed in the last few hours and what are we to really look ahead. What are the big takeaways from the poll of polls? All this and much more, Akshat.
Absolutely. We're bringing you all the latest and breaking it down for you as we build up to the 4th of May with the biggest team here on Republic TV. Time for the quick headlines right now, and then we get into the details of the top stories of the day.
ECI shuts down Mamata's claims on poll manipulation regarding strong room. States no CCTVs were turned off and 3-layer security is in place.
Election Commission confirms repolling to take place in 15 booths in Bengal, including the 4 booths in Diamond Harbour.
Prohibitory orders have been imposed outside counting centres. Counting centres have now been reduced.
Republic scoop confirmed as ECI official. The Election Commission officially decides to reduce the number of counting centres in Bengal from 87 to 77.
Trinamool Congress parliamentarian Kalyan Banerjee threatens Amit Shah, uses words like coward, gunda, alleges centre misusing agencies against Trinamool Congress before elections.
Zoho CEO terms TVK chief Vijay's political rise as remarkable, says that Vijay phenomenon in Tamil Nadu should not be dismissed.
Republic's big scoop on AIA, DMK and TVK talks as the TVK General Secretary confirms on record that no alliance talks have been held with the AIA, DMK.
And lobbying begins in Congress for the Kerala Chief Minister's post. Letter sent to High Command recommending KC Venugopal for Chief Minister's post. All right, viewers, we have now received an update coming in. This is from Bhavanipur. Now, Suvendu Adhikari of the BJP has reached the strong room, and we're getting more and more updates from ground zero. Now, this development comes in after the Election Commission refuted all claims by the TMC and Mamata Banerjee of a strong room mishandling and EVMs being tampered.
Well, in fact, this is what has happened with the Trinamool Congress making a direct allegation against the Bharatiya Janata Party, saying that they've come across CCTV footage of a counting center. In fact, this was from outside a strong room where the Trinamool Congress says that the segregation of postal ballots was actually taking place in the absence of Trinamool Congress agents. And they allege that BJP agents were present when the segregation was actually taking place. In fact, a counter basically comes in from the Election Commission of India, where you've had the Bengal CEO saying that a mail was in fact sent to the party asking them to be present when the segregation of postal ballots take place. But it turns out that Trinamool Congress polling agents did not turn up. Now, that's what the position that was taken by the Election Commission of India. This is what leader of the opposition, Mamata Banerjee's principal challenger, Suvendu Adhikari, had to say outside one of the strong rooms in Bhawanipur.
देखिए, जो हुआ मंगराट वेस्ट में वेलकम है। डायमंड हार्बर में हाउस भी 11 बूथ में होना चाहिए था, ओनली 4 बूथ में हो रहा है और पूरा फॉल्टा सेगमेंट में होना चाहिए, कम से कम 60 बूथ में तो होना ही चाहिए।
फाल्टा का अभी तक ऑर्डर नहीं आया है, लगता है फाल्टा का आएगा ऑर्डर।
कुछ ना कुछ सोच रहा है, उसमें कोई प्रोसीड्योर होता है, वो सीसीटीवी फुटेज और दूसरा ऑब्जर्वर का रिपोर्ट, प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर का हैंडबुक, थोड़ा कुछ सिस्टम है, वो सिस्टम लेकर वो कर रहा है। हम लोग तो इलेक्शन कमीशन का पूरा सम्मान करता हूँ, ममता बनर्जी जैसे करती है, हम लोग तो इस तरीके से बात नहीं करते। देखिए, जो हुआ मंगराट वेस्ट में वेलकम है। डायमंड हार्बर में हाउस भी 11 बूथ में होना चाहिए था, ओनली 4 बूथ में हो रहा है और पूरा फॉल्टा सेगमेंट में होना चाहिए, कम से कम 60 बूथ में तो होना ही चाहिए।
फाल्टा का अभी तक ऑर्डर नहीं आया है, लगता है फाल्टा का आएगा ऑर्डर।
कुछ ना कुछ सोच रहा है, उसमें कोई प्रोसीड्योर होता है, वो सीसीटीवी फुटेज और दूसरा ऑब्जर्वर का रिपोर्ट, प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर का हैंडबुक, थोड़ा कुछ सिस्टम है, वो सिस्टम लेकर वो कर रहा है। हम लोग तो इलेक्शन कमीशन का पूरा सम्मान करता हूँ, ममता बनर्जी जैसे करती है, हम लोग तो इस तरीके से बात नहीं करते।
Let me also go across to my colleague Harsha, who's joining us in this broadcast. Harsha, you have Election Commission of India fact-checking Mamata Banerjee. But the question here is this, to the Election Commission of India with regards to the presence of BJP polling agents. Trinamool Congress says that if at all their agent was not present, why is it that the segregation happened? Is there any response really coming in from the Election Commission of India?
See, Shravan, Election Commission of India has already clarified, not today, but yesterday only, and simultaneously again and again Manoj Agarwal is iterating the same thing, that a mail was sent. In fact, a message was also given to TMC leaders and candidates as well to be present at around 4 o'clock when the segregation of the postal ballot will be done, according to the Assembly constituency. But they waited for the candidates or the agent of TMC, but none of them appeared in front of the strong room or the EVM or the premises where the EVM VVPAT machines are kept, in the strong room where exactly the process was scheduled to happen. But when they didn't turn up, the agents which appeared that time, in those presence, the postal ballots were segregated. So it was not the issue of the Election Commission of India, or neither it was the issue of the CEO of West Bengal. Today morning again, when I spoke to Manoj Agarwal, he clearly stated that there's a process. We have to do the process time, in a set timeline, and there's a process because the strong room was locked, it was sealed in presence of candidate, observers and agent. After that, during that time also, the candidates were informed about it. In fact, Shashi Panja and Kunal Ghosh both, who sat there for dharna, they were the first one to be informed about that TMC agents have to be present. But none of the TMC agent or candidate appeared in front of the strong room at the time when the segregation was taking place. So a process has to happen. Shravan. So it's not the prerogative of the Election Commission of India if the agents don't turn up. They have to do the required things for the segregation of postal ballot. They did. And there was no message also which was conveyed from the TMC party or the agents that they will not be appearing. So 15 minutes they waited for the candidates to appear or the agent to come. But when they didn't come, the segregation of the postal ballot was done. That was the clarification and the response which came from the CEO of West Bengal.
Well, Rakshita, as far as Trinamool Congress is concerned, they are maintaining that they have received the letter. They say that they've received the letter. The polling agent wasn't present, number one. Number two, they also make another assertion that if Trinamool Congress wasn't present. Why was the BJP there? They could have had the segregation at a later stage. Now, that's the position that has been taken. In a short while from now, we'll have Union Minister Shukanta Majumdar who will be joining us. Rakshita.
Absolutely. Shukanta Majumdar, in fact, has joined us live right now. And thank you so much, Mr. Majumdar, for joining us on the broadcast here. As we just get the news of Mr. Suvendu Adhikari reaching the Bhawanipur polling center now, sir, this has become a war zone just, a few hours, 24 to 48 hours to go for the, poll, for the counting. And this has turned into a war zone now. How do you see the TMC leveling allegations after allegations, and then Election Commission clearly refutes it? So what is your counter to the TMC's position that is being put up?
Now, see, all the allegations that has been, given by the TMC on the Election Commission, and it was, the befitting reply they have received from the Election Commission of India, and it was total dramabaji, nothing more than that. And most importantly, the behavior of Mamata Banerjee herself and her party members, showing the panicness and the unrest within the political leadership of TMC, because they even know that on 4th of this month, 4th of May,
Mr. Majumdar,
when the result will
I want to stick to, the allegation here, the reason why, and perhaps in a short while from now, I'll ask our producers to pull out the CCTV footage that has been doing the rounds. Tell us, Mr. Majumdar, is it true that the BJP polling agents were present when the segregation of ballots were taking place? And if that is the case, why couldn't the State Election Commission wait, because your principal opponent happens to be the Trinamool Congress? The agents were not present. They could have done that a little later.
Now see that they mailed, all the agents, all the parties rather I should say, they were mailed by the Election Commission of India. And I am not here to represent the Election Commission of India. I am here to represent my party. So from that line, I can say we have received the mail, and that's why our representative may be there. But simultaneously, at the same time, TMC has received the same mail. But the question should arise, why did not they participate? That is the question. Why did not they participate? So this is the question should be asked to the TMC party.
Okay, Mr. Majumdar, with regards to what's really happening right now in Bhawanipur, in fact, some suggest that within the Trinamool Congress, because of an extra deployment that has taken place of the CAPF, and the fact that polling agents of the Trinamool Congress are not being allowed to be in that area. That's the allegation that is now being leveled. So is there a level playing field right now?
It is a level playing ground, and the thing is that TMC is habituated of rigging vote for several years. And it was started by the left parties first, and those machineries actually shifted from left to TMC after the formation of the TMC government. And now these people are habituated of doing the fake voting, booth jamming, source jamming, which is unique in the state. And this time, Election Commission could carve all this, all these kind of machineries that was used by TMC in previous elections, in 2019, 2021 especially. Right. So this time, TMC could not do what they wanted to do. So that is the thing.
Do you believe with this repolling that has now been ordered by the Election Commission of India, particularly in Falta area, Jahangir Khan's stronghold, do you believe that is going to be turned around? Because Diamond Harbour and the area where Trinamool Congress has been dominant, do you believe things are going to change for the Bharatiya Janata Party, particularly in what was seen as Abhishek Banerjee's stronghold?
See, I won't agree with you because it is not a political stronghold. Otherwise, this is not the first time that the BJP's candidate names, the name was covered black tape or brown tape, rather I say, sellotape, during the election this time. Not only this is last time, even in 2024, similar kind of, tactics was used against BJP candidate. At that time, BJP candidate was Abhijit Das. Against him, his name was also covered by this sellotape. So if you have a political, that means political dabdaba, political over-dominance over there, then you should not have this kind of hatkandes, this kind of, trick tactics to deter voter from voting to BJP.
Okay. Rakshita.
And I believe that if free and fair poll happens, then obviously it will be a good chance for BJP.
Shravan, we're also getting an update that TMC leader Shashi Panja has reached the State Election Commission in Kolkata.
Okay.
So
we'll try and take those visuals and also get Mr. Majumdar to respond to that. Mr. Majumdar, these are the latest visuals now coming in of Trinamool Congress leader Shashi Panja reaching the Election Commission office in Kolkata. Now, you will say that it is about nervousness. It is nervousness within the camp. But is there any merit to it? Because turn the table, if you were in their position today, then you would have also done the same thing, protect yourself, because you feel that somewhere down the line there is so much of mechanism, state mechanism that has been brought in. The centre has basically come into the picture, the Election Commission of India bringing in with this large-scale deployment that has taken place, which again many would say is unprecedented in nature. You would have also done the same thing?
See, first of all, first time the people of Bengal, they are watching this kind of unrest and this kind of, this kind of desperateness among the TMC leadership. So there must be a reason. And that reason is because they are passing under the fear psychosis now. Because they even know whatever the report they have received from their machineries, that is political machinery, that BJP is going to win the election. So that's why this kind of desperateness is, it has been observed among the TMC leadership. I would like to say that much only.
Okay. One final question before we let you go, Mr. Majumdar. Would you agree that as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, the edge basically comes in because there was some sort of polarization that you have done? The polarization is that Hindu khatre mein hai. And this entire polarization has actually helped you because Hindus have come out in large number to vote this time.
So obviously, polarization is a factor. And the Hindus, sach mein khatre mein hai. The incident those happened in last few years in Murshidabad, in Samserganj, in Mothabari. Whether that is a illusion? No, those are not illusion.
Okay.
Two Hindus, those are secular Hindus, member of left parties and Congress. Hargobindo Das and late Hargobindo Das and Chandan Das, father and son, they have lost their lives. Why? Only reason, they are Hindus, nothing else. Because they are not a member of BJP or RSS. So Hindus are in danger. Mamata Banerjee and before Mamata Banerjee left parties, they have changed the demography of the state.
Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. We are hoping that over the next few days, because the final countdown has begun, so let me make that, a request to you. We need to see you frequently over the next few days as our special broadcast, as our countdown has begun. Everyone wants to hear what Union Minister Shukanta Majumdar has to say and what the BJP is essentially looking at. What's the larger picture really? Will it be a repeat of what we saw last time when the exit polls went completely kaput? And now, or it's going to be a different scenario for the Bharatiya Janata Party? Thank you very much, Mr. Majumdar. Well, in fact, that was Union Minister Shukanta Majumdar making it very clear that these are tactics of the Trinamool Congress, which they've been quite used to it, because in the past too, Rakshita, if there is one defining image of Mamata Banerjee, is that someone who has been a street fighter. But you wouldn't have seen this similar sort of an image perhaps in the last elections when Mamata had rushed to the strong rooms. So is that an indication of things probably being a little difficult for Trinamool Congress? And the question here is about the second phase, because in the second phase, these were areas which were considered to be the stronghold of the Trinamool Congress, starting from Kolkata to North 24 Parganas to South 24 Parganas, as well as Purba Bardhaman. These are areas which were largely seen as Trinamool Congress pockets. Now, let me quickly take you to some of what we are seeing. These are the key seats. What has really changed for them? These are the top the Trinamool Congress essentially banking on what they believe is the consolidation of the Muslim votes also. Now, take a look here. 70% for the BJP plus SC, ST again. That's where it's going to be a pivotal role that the SC, STs are going to really play right now. And if you really look at it, the percentage division that has been done, Hindi Bhashi about 70% for the BJP, Hindus about 60%, and you're looking at 7% for the Muslims here, as far as the BJP is concerned. Trinamool Congress this is the division that we have seen last time. Clearly for the Muslims, about 75% have been backing the Trinamool Congress, about 35% the other Hindus, SC, STs about 30%. So SC, STs have largely been, the tribals have largely been with the BJP, Jungle Mahal areas, and these are the areas where they've done previously pretty well. So they would certainly be hoping that they repeat that same performance, hoping to coming back to power, Rakshita.
Right, but there could be, Shravan, because this has been the pattern over the years. But what about the other parties like that of Humayun Kabir or the AIMIM? Does that also take away from, does it dent the TMC's vote bank this time?
Let's be very clear. Trinamool Congress will certainly be affected if at all Humayun Kabir takes a small chunk of the votes there, because these are the border areas that you're talking about. And what is it that the BJP has essentially done? BJP has essentially gone to the Hindus in those very areas, saying that if you continue, supporting the Trinamool Congress, then the resources that you have access to, that is going to be limited. And these are outsiders who are coming in and taking away resources that belongs to you. That's the position that the BJP has taken. So certainly, Humayun Kabir taking away a little bit of the Muslim vote, and as far as Trinamool Congress is concerned, they would get affected if at all AIMIM, which may not play that big a role as much as Humayun Kabir might.
Right. In fact, we continue to show more, the statistics that we have gathered, the numbers that we have gathered, the stronghold districts, Shravan. Now, if you could just explain how the deletions this time, the SIR has been playing a very important part in elections this time around. So how many of them have been deleted? These are the TMC strongholds, as Shravan was telling us about. And these are the deletion, the number and the percentage. And the Hindu voters and the Muslim voters and the turnout, because turnout, viewers, has to be read in terms of who actually holds the, has a stronghold in those particular areas, and of course the voters also, Shravan.
Well, in fact, this will give you a fair idea of whether at all we have sort of overhyped the voter turnout. Yeah. Because let's be very clear, while the Election Commission says that since independence, this is the maximum that you have seen as far as voter turnout in Bengal is concerned. But let's not forget that SIR marred voter turnout is what we are looking at, which means that the base has gone down. The number of voters may not have increased dramatically as it is being projected, because the base has really changed. I just want to go back to the first slide to quickly take you through some of the key areas, the deletions that have taken place. So you're looking at a clear 15% cut here in North 24 Parganas. North 24 Parganas, if I'm not wrong, you're looking at about 11 seats that had come in for the Trinamool Congress previously. South 24 Parganas, 16% cut. Kolkata, 17%. Kolkata, all seats had gone to the Trinamool Congress. Howrah, all seats had gone to the Trinamool Congress. So clearly what you're looking at, all these districts where Trinamool Congress has had a role, they've had a lead position, they were in pole position. Things could be a little different here, because if you look at the Muslim consolidation also, the Muslim consolidation, even if that happens, it's not going to really, perhaps push Trinamool Congress forward if this consolidation goes more towards the Bharatiya Janata Party, because the BJP is certainly hoping that this is what is going to work in their favor as full consolidation. If it takes place, you're looking at a 73% in North 24 Parganas, South 24 Parganas is 63%, Kolkata 76%, and Howrah 73%. Let's move on.
Right. So again, we see that this is the turnout. We can also see the turnout that was reflected here. I think this is also Nadia, we've seen Hooghly, we've seen Purba Bardhaman.
So here, it's very interesting. Purba Bardhaman is also the place where there has been highest voter turnout. Highest voter turnout has taken place, look here, 80%. Hindu votes are 80%. And as far as Muslim votes is concerned, 19%. Which way is it really going to go? Because 91.6%, there is a bit of a correction probably we may have to make here, because North 24 Parganas was second in number. This number, it had gone up, if I remember correctly, as far as the Election Commission numbers are concerned. So clearly, if you look at it, this is where things could be a little different right now. These are key areas that you're looking at.
Right. In fact, we're getting in some breaking news updates. Also, we will be joined by our experts as well as we break it down for you viewers. These are critical 100 seats. We're talking about Purba Bardhaman, as Sharma was telling us. Average TMC win margin is 17,244. Voter deletion is 25,000. And this is somewhere, TMC won 16 out of 16 seats. North 24 Parganas is average TMC win margin 33,764. Average voter deletion is at more than 38,000. So this, of course, these are the critical seats for Mamata Banerjee. To understand the voter turnout, we have to understand what has happened earlier and what has been, of course. Okay, I think we have a breaking news coming in. We can go to it, and that is the TMC approaching the Supreme Court now against the Election Commission. Shravan, I think we saw it coming. TMC moving Supreme Court against the Election Commission just ahead of counting. The battle has gone from the ballot boxes to the court also. Now the Trinamool moving the Supreme Court against the Election Commission, and this fight has only escalated. Shravan.
Well, in fact, the Trinamool Congress is basically seeking an urgent hearing tomorrow, and as the counting is to be held on 4th of May. So what exactly is the controversy here? It is about appointing of only central employees as counting supervisors for Bengal elections. Now, Trinamool Congress has approached the Supreme Court of India, challenging the Election Commission of India's decision to appoint only central government or PSU employees as counting supervisors for the West Bengal elections after the Calcutta High Court dismissed its plea. Now, that's what the Trinamool Congress has been maintaining. In fact, they've asked for an urgent hearing to take place. We'll also bring in our experts right now just to weigh in as to what exactly is happening. And we'll go across to Ganesh Kumar and S.S. Sriram. Mr. Kumar, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Ganesh Kumar, what do you really make of the developments that are taking place, particularly in Bengal? One, Mamata Banerjee outside these strong rooms. Second, you have an argument that has been made by the Trinamool Congress that, look here, if BJP polling agents were present there and the Election Commission felt the need to carry out the segregation in their presence and in the absence of Trinamool Congress, then there is something really wrong.
Actually, this is the first time this kind of strong reflex has been done by Trinamool Congress. So far, they have been in the safe or in a stronghold kind of politics in Bengal. This is the first time they are being shaken up. Actually, the second phase of Bengal election made a strong comeback for BJP. And maybe that is the reason why Trinamool Congress is in such a fix or in such a hurry to do all these gimmicks or to do all these things to show like something has been done by the center or the Election Commission to derail their party. Actually, their party is in waning phase. So that is what the people are in the Bengal are voting. So there has been a significant increase in various sectors where the voting population have come out in a large scale and they have voted in a large number. So maybe Trinamool Congress has got something or some idea that they may lose in this election. That is why they are doing this.
Mr. Ganesh Kumar, just a quick question with regards to, you're saying that there is an increase, but let's be clear here. And perhaps, Mr. Sriram, this can also be taken to Tamil Nadu, because it is what is happening post-SIR. So the base, as far as the voters are concerned, that in itself has been lowered. Can you really be extremely gung-ho about the fact that, there is a, massive voter turnout that has actually happened when the base in itself has actually reduced? So it perhaps would be the same number of voters coming out and voting.
Is that question for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I do agree to that. I mean, let's not take the voter turnout to be, too much of excitement there. SIR also has a opposite effect to it. But nevertheless, voting has been probably marginally much more than the previous, voting percentage that we would have probably thought or would have happened both in West Bengal as well as in Tamil Nadu. But I think overall the participation of people has been good and it's been exciting, and we are hoping that a change of governments in both in West Bengal as much as in Tamil Nadu as well. That's what we are expecting to happen.
So we'll just delve into the Tamil Nadu dynamics also right now. Stay on with us, gentlemen. Shravan, we also have to talk about the TVK factor that everybody is, very much excited about. Thalapathy Vijay could be the kingmaker also. One of the polls has predicted it to be the single largest party.
I wonder exactly how the AIA-DMK will come to terms with it, because for the longest time, the argument has essentially been that the AIA-DMK takes the hit. If at all Vijay gets a larger share, then it would be the AIA-DMK, because they would be cutting into the anti-incumbency vote. Now, the question here is that, look at the numbers here. Initially, when the discussions were actually happening, everyone thought it would be around roughly about anything, a little over 10 seats, 12 seats, 20 seats. Sriram can actually come into the picture here. But the moment you had these numbers actually first coming in, Matrais started by guessing 10 to 12. So everyone thought, okay, that's exactly what was expected. Now, changing. P-Mark goes to 16 to 26. And look at here. Today's Chanakya goes up to 63. Axis says, now it'll be quite interesting to sort of break it down as to why Axis has been saying that it can actually have the blockbuster entry 98 to 120. Is it because of the Christian votes that are, that he has been really banking on? Because AIA-DMK's, leaders had said, it's not going to find any resonance to begin with. But clearly something has really worked in favor for Vijay, if at all these numbers are true.
Absolutely. In fact, we will connect with our guests on that. But before that, Shravan, we will again play out the important projections that we are looking at right now. We have these important, I think, constituencies where you have the edge given to a particular party. DMK has the edge with MK Stalin there. In Kolathur, this is the Matrais projection. In Tamil Nadu, in Cheppok, Tiruvallikeni is DMK again. That holds the edge. We can keep quickly moving so we have a fair idea. We can go to our guest on that. Edapadi Palaniswamy, AIA-DMK gets the edge there in Edapadi, of course, Palaniswamy getting an edge there. Perambur, you have Vijay. TVK getting that edge in Perambur. In again Tiruchirappalli right. East, you have TVK getting the edge. And in Mylapore, you have BJP, Tamilisai Soundarajan. Okay, we have TVK, I think. We've just a bit of an error there. We can shift our focus to another graphic. We have a Shravan. These are the projections that we have, giving us an overall picture. And I think you can take that question to our panelists so that we can get an insight as to how can we really read this?
Sriram, let's first begin with the basics. Did you really expect, this kind of a number projection for Vijay? Because yes, there is no doubt about the fact that you're looking at a generation which may not have actually seen the rise of the Dravidian politics. Some have already said that this is the end of Dravidian politics.
No, Shravan, we are getting too excited about Vijay. I mean, no doubt that Vijay is coming with a bang. No doubt he's coming with an impressive debut.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that it's an impressive debut?
Probably, let me complete. Probably he might end up doing well in the city pockets and in the B cities. I mean, forget the villages, forget the north and all those areas, the delta areas and all those. They are nowhere there. and that entire area is full of people behind AIADMK. He will do a good job. He will get about a 2-digit percentage of votes. I don't deny that. But then he's not going to become a kingmaker. He's not going to form the government. I have a huge reservation for this Axis My India to give him 120. Do you mean to say he's going to garner about 35% of vote in the very first election? Come on. He's not an NTR. He's not an MGR. And we are talking about, a huge the Dravidian party.
Can I ask you this? I know I'm not limiting this question to just these elections. Perhaps, for a state which has always looked up to celebrities who have actually played a very important role, someone who studied in Chennai, I can say this, the kind of, fascination that people have had with celebrities doing the rounds, and the fact that they found, there was a connect. Today, when I spoke to some of my friends in Chennai, they say that, look here, for the youth, it is important because they're looking for some sort of an alternative. Do you believe that this is the beginning of an alternative to the AIADMK and the DMK?
No, unless Vijay fights 2 elections consecutively, unless he proves his vote percentage consistently, at least 1 or 2 elections, then we will definitely take him seriously. Then we can probably think, yes, mind of a young generation changes. I mean, there are youngsters voting for all the parties, be it ADMK, be it BJP. And I don't take this point to say that the entire young generations have moved towards Vijay. Honestly, the understanding of politics of the younger generation or the Gen Z is probably, they learn over a period of time. It is something of an euphoria and excitement. I mean, they connect, as you rightly pointed out, they connect well with Vijay. I love him as an actor, but I have a huge reservation as a politician to lead the state. Sorry, not that he comes and sits on the chief minister's chair on the day one. I mean, he has not even, campaigned more than 10 or 12 constituencies of 234, and you expect him to be the chief minister of Tamil Nadu. That doesn't go well with me. I'm sorry, I'll put my neck out and say NDA will definitely form the government. Now, it's too early. I mean, you have Seeman, who has been fighting elections for the last decade or so, more than 10 years, and he's all alone, a single guy. He's no big hero though he comes from the film industry. He's not a big time screen dominant person, but he has garnered an vote of about 8% over the period of time. And that is why I said Vijay is probably doing an impressive debut of getting a 2-digit number. But that is to tell him that he's going to be the chief minister of the state. I have my opinions. Otherwise, please.
Well, in fact, Rakshita, what we will do is, Ganesh, I'll request you to stay on. And I want to take our viewers through some of these defining images, or, images which could actually alter the course of the political discourse in the state of West Bengal. If at all, the numbers that we've been showing, and perhaps you can put this on our screens also, the poll of polls, which the average of it shows that the BJP could be making an entry this time in Bengal. What perhaps could be the reason? Let's quickly take our viewers through some of those images, the videos, which we have pulled out to say that this has basically altered the course of political discourse in the state of West Bengal. Can we have those images on our screens right now? In fact, we'll do that. We'll do that right away from now. Now, first, I want to say that, okay, this is... This image that you see is what many would have said that this has been the political culture of the Trinamool Congress. Allegation of what they say is sellotaping democracy. Now, this happened in this elections itself when you've had one of the voters going in and seeing that the BJP symbol was sort of cut out with a sellotape on it. Now, let's take a look at the other big image that came in. Now, this image is from Sandesh Khali, where you've had women protesting, women demanding justice. Now, that had defined, many would say, in a way, the political discourse. Now, in Sandesh Khali, when a brutal rape had taken place, and the question was about Trinamool Congress strongmen's linkages to the case. And then, of course, what really happened in RG Court. Today, Rekha Debnath is a candidate from Panihati. She lost her daughter, and she said in the campaigning that she is seeking justice. Now, this image where many would say that had evaded the trust over Trinamool Congress because justice was not really delivered. Let's take a look at the other image. This image also indicated some sign of nervousness because this was when the raids were being carried out at IPAC, which happens to be a private company, which is again a political consultancy firm engaged by the Trinamool Congress. But allegations of diversion of funds, money laundering had taken place, and you had the Chief Minister going in right inside and thereafter taking away the files which were basically being perused by none other than the Enforcement Directorate. Can we just have a quick word from Ganesh? Ganesh perhaps can also quickly tell us. Ganesh, you've seen some of these selected images that we have taken out, because we believe that in some way or the other, this has altered the course of discussion in the state of West Bengal. Ganesh.
Yeah, actually, this is what is happening in the Bengal right from the day one of the, when the election was announced, even before the election was announced. This is what TMC have been doing. We remember what happened in 2021 election, and then we know what was the law and order situation in Bengal in 2021, and then this is the first election after a very long period that less number of violence or less number of incidents is happening in West Bengal. That is what we are seeing. Even whatever we are seeing in the visuals today, these are very less number of violence or tampering when compared to 2021 or before those times. So what is happening is TMC is losing grounds. It is they are almost done in this election. That is why this kind of situation is happening in West Bengal. Even after doing all these things, we are not going to have a verdict which is going to project very good numbers for TMC. So what they are doing is just they are making up putting up a scene where they are trying to show center is doing something, EC is doing something. That's it. Right. But they are not going to win this election first.
Okay. Okay, I thank you so much, Ganesh, and thank you so much for joining us. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We have some breaking news coming in from Ladakh as we speak. Home Minister has held a meeting with the Leh Apex Body co-chairman. He has met Thapstan Shewang, Haji Hanifa Jan, Ladakh Lok Sabha member Dr. Mohammad Jafar Akhnoon, CEC cum chairperson, Kargil Hill Development Council in sharing Dorje Lakruk, and also Sonam Wangchuk, Jamyang Sering. Okay, so this is a meeting that has just taken place, and during the meeting, primarily the discussion was around the holy relics. However, some leaders raised the issue of proposed subcommittee talks scheduled for 22nd of May and suggested that a meeting of high-powered committee should be convened also. All right, my colleague Zinat is joining us live on the broadcast from Ladakh. She's tracking this meeting. Zinat, if you could just share more inside details of this very important meeting that is underway.
See, Rakshita, for the last 3 days, there have been multiple developments as far as breaking the ice with the Ladakh leaders are concerned with the Union Home Ministry. This meeting yesterday took place when Home Minister Amit Shah was in Leh, and there were the back-channel talks. Although Home Minister Amit Shah had made it clear that he's here only to pay the respect to the holy relic and to make arrangements for the devotees so that there is a comfortable darshan. The meeting was attended by the leaders leaders from the Ladakh Apex Body. There have been the leaders from the Kargil Hill Development Council. Similarly, the climate scientist Sonam Wangchuk, who earlier was booked under NSA, and the BJP leaders were also present. Although the local leaders urged Home Minister Amit Shah that instead of having the meeting on 22nd of May, the subcommittee meet, he should chair high power committee where the powers are more and the decision can be taken, because the leaders of the Ladakh have been having the talks with the Ministry of Home Affairs since 2021. They have put out their demands for the for statehood and the 6th schedule for which they have been fighting. There have been many clearances come from the centre indirectly that the demands can't be met. But meanwhile, the leaders say if centre cannot offer us this, what alternative is there to safeguard the jobs, land, culture, and also the fragile environment for which the leaders here are working. Meanwhile, we are seeing the LG Ladakh is having a positive approach on the ground when it comes breaking the ice and developing confidence among the Ladakhis here. The kind of environmental work the Ladakh LG has been doing by doing the plantation drive, because you have been traveling here in Ladakh, you have know the high altitude sickness and how difficult the life in Ladakh is, for which the government of India with the union territory has taken up the project for the plantation so that the oxygen levels gets improved, though it's a very tough terrain and such kind of projects do take time. Similarly, they are coming up with the multiple initiatives, and now recently we see that the Home Ministry has already announced for the creation of the 5 new districts, which has been a long pending demand of the people of Ladakh here and which has been met. Obviously, this will be seen as a confidence building measure coming in from the Ministry of Home Affairs, though the leaders also are pitching that the people who were involved in the violence that broke out in September 2025.
Absolutely, Zeenat. Many thanks for joining us. That's all the time, unfortunately, we have. But Republic TV continues to track each and every update from Leh, from Ground Zero, and much more, Shavan, as we continue to get our viewers all the build-up in the run-up to 4th of May. Right now, it's time for a short break. But on the other side, it's time for the debate with Arnab Goswami at 8 p.m.
$13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना साथी रे जिंदल साथी सील साथी रे अरे सॉलिड इसकी फील है जिंदल साथी सील है दोस्त की स्टेनलेस स्टील है क्वालिटी में दम है साथी रे बिजनेस करेगा ग्रो साथी रे टाइमलेस इसका लुक है साथी रे और जिंदल साथी
जिंदल साथी सील है तो असली स्टेनलेस स्टील है।
तो जब भी आप स्टेनलेस स्टील पाइप्स एंड ट्यूब्स खरीदें, जिंदल साथी सील जरूर चेक करें।
जिंदल स्टेनलेस, इंडियाज लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ स्टेनलेस स्टील।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Character, the taste of success.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े। चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
खानी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा, आर प्योर मसाला।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट।
अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. the Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from the company MBDA replaces the old Russian R-73 that pilots used for years. The R-73 could only reach targets 10 to 15 kilometers away.
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
जिंदल साथी सील है तो असली स्टेनलेस स्टील है।
तो जब भी आप स्टेनलेस स्टील पाइप्स एंड ट्यूब्स खरीदें, जिंदल साथी सील जरूर चेक करें।
जिंदल स्टेनलेस, इंडियाज लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ स्टेनलेस स्टील।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी every day.
Character, the taste of success.
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम। AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan. Now they are getting equipped with British ASRAAM missiles that make them as strong as NATO planes in close fights. The Ministry of Defense sent out a request for proposals to fit the Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile on the MiG-29 UPG version. This British missile from the company MBDA
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना साथी रे, जिंदल साथी सील साथी रे। अरे सॉलिड इसकी फील है, जिंदल साथी सील है, दोस्त की स्टेनलेस स्टील है। क्वालिटी में दम है साथी रे, बिजनेस करेगा ग्रो साथी रे। टाइमलेस इसका लुक है साथी रे, और जिंदल साथी सील साथी रे।
जिंदल साथी सील है तो असली स्टेनलेस स्टील है।
तो जब भी आप स्टेनलेस स्टील पाइप्स एंड ट्यूब्स खरीदें, जिंदल साथी सील जरूर चेक करें।
जिंदल स्टेनलेस, इंडियाज लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ स्टेनलेस स्टील।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ। सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Character, the taste of success.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
The Indian Air Force is giving its old MiG-29 fighter jets a powerful new weapon from Britain that turns them into modern fighters ready for today's battles. MiG-29s first came to India in the 1980s, have flown many missions along the tough borders with China and Pakistan.
Was Bhagwat Maan drunk? Shut the door to alcohol test. Tipsy-turvy Punjab politics, debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, was the Punjab Chief Minister drunk? Was he drunk, inebriated? Inside the assembly, the issue gets very serious. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, commercial and jet fuel prices hiked, LPG up. How long can the government hold on? And at 9 o'clock tonight, as Mamata Banerjee goes to the Supreme Court, we question whether she's doing all this drama, anticipating a catastrophic loss. One of the biggest stories today is the allegation that the Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Singh Mann was drunk inside the assembly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it, drunk, inebriated, under the influence of excessive consumption of alcohol, stuttering, unable to speak properly, demands raised for a breathalyzer test when a chief minister faces an allegation that he is drunk. The issue is not that this allegation has been made. The issue is that he has been yet again, people are raising literally a stink over his drinking habit. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to tell you whether he was drunk or not, but some people believe, the opposition believes, that his behavior indicated that he was drunk. And I have a small clip to share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a small clip, hopefully with a translation as well. Let's play that. Let's play that. Keep me on screen. Let's play it.
आ गवर्नर गैलरी है बड़े मानयोग लोग आउंदे आ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਫਸਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੈਲਰੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਕਾਇਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲਾਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ ਬੈਠਣ ਵੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹਿਲਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਸ ਐਂ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਤੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਬੇਟੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਯਾਰ ਤੂੰ ਰਹਿਣ ਦੇ ਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਕਵਾਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਬਕਵਾਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਆ ਗਈ ਸਰ ਗੱਲ ਇਹਦਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਓ ਜੀ ਇਹਦਾ ਵਿਧਾਨ ਸਭਾ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਦੇ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਓ ਇਹਦਾ
There's no need to blur. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a problem. There is without doubt a problem. He's not talking normally. He's not fully in control of himself. And then he's fighting in that strange way. The problem is not that Bhagwant Mann is being accused that he's drunk. The fact is, the allegation is that this time he's come drunk into the assembly. It's about the sanctity of the place. Ladies and gentlemen, there were reports that once he had been off-boarded off a flight in 2002 while returning from Germany because he was too drunk. Then he fell off at a public rally in Moga in Punjab in 2017. Also, you see the pictures there. The allegation was that he was drunk. Then a fellow MP put in a complaint with the Lok Sabha Speaker in 2016, ladies and gentlemen, from his own party that he was drunk inside Parliament, inside the Parliament complex. And in November of that year, a family had to ask him to leave a funeral apparently because he came in drunk at the funeral and was not behaving appropriately on the occasion. If your allegations are that you're drunk at a funeral, you're drunk in a public rally, you're drunk on a flight, so drunk that you have to be off-boarded, and that you have now come drunk to the assembly as a chief minister. Now, Bhagwant Mann has a drinking problem, and he has admitted to his drinking problem, but claimed in 2019 that he gave up his alcoholism on the advice of his mother. I don't know if I have that bite. Let's hear what he had said when he said that on the advice of my mother, I have stopped being an alcoholic.
ਮਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਬਰਨਾਲੇ ਰੈਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਦੱਸਣ ਲੱਗਿਆ 1 ਜਨਵਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਸਦਾ ਲਈ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦਾ ਫਾਹਾ ਵੜਤਾ ਮਿੱਤਰੋ ਆ ਲਓ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਮਸਤੂਆਣਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਚ ਮੈਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੈ ਜੇ ਸਵੇਰ ਦਾ ਭੁੱਲਿਆ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਘਰੇ ਆ ਜੇ
Now, did he go back on that promise many times? Has he been unable to solve his problems with alcoholism? It is, I don't know if he was drunk today, maybe he was just behaving in a drunk way, but you see the Aam Aadmi Party thinks that the response to this situation is by passing a confidence motion. It's not. The issue is not with the Aam Aadmi Party, do they have the numbers? The issue is about the condition of the Chief Minister. Over the last couple of years, he's had many hospitalizations on various issues, but that's not the issue. The point is, if you're a Chief Minister, then you cannot be drunk. If he does have a drinking problem, then the better thing for the Aam Aadmi Party would have been to tell their Chief Minister to go through a breathalyzer test, like any citizen would have expected to go through. The answer is not defiance. The answer is acceptance. If there is a drinking problem that Bhagwant Singh Mann has, he has to accept it and let the people judge after that whether he can remain Chief Minister or not. This is my view. we'll debate.
शराबी मुख्यमंत्री मुर्दाबाद शराबी मुख्यमंत्री मुर्दाबाद
A massive political storm erupting inside the Punjab Assembly.
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਕਵਾਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਯਾਰ
Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann coming under opposition fire after the Congress and Shiromani Akali Dal shared this video alleging that he appeared intoxicated during assembly proceedings.
ਇਹ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਗੈਲਰੀ ਹੈ ਆ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਗੈਲਰੀ ਹੈ ਵੱਡੇ ਮਾਨਯੋਗ ਲੋਕ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਫਸਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੈਲਰੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਕਾਇਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲਾਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ ਬੈਠਣ ਵੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹਿੱਲਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਸ ਐਂ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਤੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਬੇਟੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਯਾਰ ਤੂੰ ਰਹਿਣ ਦੇ ਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਕਵਾਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਬਕਵਾਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਆ ਗਈ ਸਰ ਗੱਲ ਇਹਦਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਓ ਜੀ ਇਹਦਾ ਵਿਧਾਨ ਸਭਾ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਦੇ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਓ ਇਹਦਾ
ਮੇਰੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਸਰ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਦ ਕਸਟੋਡੀਅਨ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਾਊਸ
The Congress demanded alcohol tests be conducted on all MLAs present inside the house. They wanted the doors locked.
जिस प्रकार के आज तमाम वो गरिमाओं का ध्यान नहीं रखा गया, उसकी धज्जियां उड़ा दी गई, ये कोई छोटी बात नहीं है। मैं समझता हूं कि बड़ी बात है और मुख्यमंत्री साहब को स्पष्टीकरण देना चाहिए।
ਇਹ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਗੈਲਰੀ ਹੈ ਆ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਗੈਲਰੀ ਹੈ ਵੱਡੇ ਮਾਨਯੋਗ ਲੋਕ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ
The Shiromani Akali Dal joining the attack, releasing its own video clips from the assembly, calling the incident a disgrace.
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲਾਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ ਬੈਠਣ ਵੇ
Punjab leader of opposition Pratap Singh Bajwa shot off a letter to the speaker, raising concerns over Bhagwant Mann's conduct, seeking action.
Please, बैठो। हाँ जी बाजवा साहब की कहना चाहते हो तुसी
सर एक ऑनरेबल मेंबर ने बहुत सीरियस चार्ज लगाया एंड दैट आल्सो ऑन द हेड ऑफ द स्टेट इफ इट इज ट्रू इस तो माड़ा दिन फिर नहीं हो सकता इट इज अ ब्लैक डे इन डेमोक्रेसी एक मिनट मेरी बेनती सर यू आर द कस्टोडियन ऑफ द हाउस मेरी गुजारिश है अल्का मीटर दा आ सारे इथे ने दरवाजे बंद करो ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਮੀਟਰ ਟੈਸਟ ਕਟਾਰੂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਲਾਲ ਚੰਦ ਕਟਾਰੂ
But the speaker rejected the opposition's demand for an immediate dope test of the chief minister and all MLAs. Mann rubbished the allegations as rumors.
ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੱਲ ਪਰਸੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਕਲੈਰਿਟੀ ਮੰਗੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਕੀ ਬਣੂਗਾ ਉਹ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਲੈਰਿਟੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਸੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਲ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਾ ਰਵੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਐਮਐਲਏ ਇੱਧਰ ਉੱਧਰ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਗਿਣ ਲਿਓ ਜਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਗਿਣ ਲਿਓ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਬਲਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਗੈਰ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਰਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਵੀ ਅੱਧੀ VOTING ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਰਵਾਇਤੀ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕਰਨਾ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਏ ਜਾਂ ਚੁੱਪ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਜਾਂ ਹਮਾਇਤੀ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਸੋ ਚੁੱਪ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਪ ਹੋਣਾ ਵੀ ਅੱਧੀ ਹਮਾਇਤੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ
The UP government's confidence motion tabled in the assembly as an aftermath was passed unanimously. But it's not the first time Bhagwant Mann has faced charges of being intoxicated. For instance, he was once deboarded from an international flight as per reports. Or as reports suggest, he fell during a public rally. With opposition parties demanding accountability and the government calling it a political conspiracy, the Punjab Assembly showdown is far from over.
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜਾਉਂਗਾ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਕਵਾਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਯਾਰ
I intend to open up the phone lines on this one because you see people are not stupid. They will realize whether somebody is drunk or pretending to be drunk. Do you think he was drunk? Opening up the phone lines tonight. Let's do that, Niranjan, Aditi. Now, RP Singh, it is possible, you're national spokesperson of BJP, that He was not drunk, he was just behaving like that. Because technically, there was no alcohol test on him. So on what basis are you saying that the Chief Minister of Punjab was drunk inside the assembly today?
Well, Arnab, there was a serious allegation from no less than the leader of the opposition, Mr. Pratap Singh Bajwa. And he on the floor said that let there be a test, liquor test for each and every member in the assembly, now including the Congress and other opposition. We were not participating in today's assembly because we were running a parallel mock assembly today to highlight the issues which Punjab is suffering from. And it would have been better that Speaker would have granted this permission. Doodh ka doodh pani, sharab ka sharab, pani ka pani ho jata. People would have been clear by the subject that whether he was drunk or not. Because it's not the first time.
Louder, please, audio.
In my memory, I remember Pargadi, where he went there and he was in a state which is not normal. Then
where was he in a state which was not normal?
Give me a second. 2019, he pledged by his mother. He brought us. You just show that clipping. I mean, why would one do that? I mean, he admitted in public, yes, I drink. I'm a drunkard, and I'm prepared to leave this habit. But 2022, Talwandi Sabo again from outside in the Gurdwara, when he went there, he was hustled out of the Gurdwara because he was in a state of fear, which is again questionable. And in 2022, September 2022, there's a flight which got delayed. We don't know what exactly happened, but the message was that since the Chief Minister was not in
he had to be taken out of the plane. In Germany. So Somnath Bharti.
Give me another second. I have another second.
No, 1 minute. So Somnath Bharti.
In the parliament. Give me a second. Another 5 seconds.
Open up the call. This is a public issue.
His colleague in the parliament is on record saying that
he fell down. I have the picture. Show that. Yeah, I understand that he has a drinking problem. You have called him a drunkard right now. In other words, जिसको हिंदी में कहा जाता है शराबी. आपने भगवंत मान को शराबी कहा. अब वो
खुद कहा उसने अपने आप को खुद कहा.
नहीं, उन्होंने शराबी नहीं कहा. He didn't say I'm a drunkard. He said he told his mother. He told at a public rally, I swear by my mother, मैं आज से शराब नहीं पीऊंगा.
So why you have to say this in public? Because you are stamped like that. Man, आप मैं बाकी लोग नहीं इस प्रकार से कहते. We don't do this.
Somnath Bharti, see, the issue is not about denial. You could have done the alcohol test. You could have proved the BJP wrong. It is a 10-second test. वो breathalyzer आपके मुंह में डालेंगे, they'll put the breathalyzer in, they'll take the breathalyzer out. It won't even take 10 seconds. No pain, no trouble. It was a great opportunity, in fact, to prove that the allegation is wrong. Right? But you chose to do a confidence test in the House, but not a breathalyzer test. Breathalyzer test would have taken 10 seconds. Why did the Chief Minister refuse the breathalyzer test, Somnath Bharti? Lines open, yeah.
Yes, thank you, Arnab. Kindly permit me 20 seconds, 30 seconds to respond to your question in a rightful manner. Will that be okay?
Yes,
so,
please.
Just see this small video.
No, what? First of all, I don't know AI video, what video.
I'm just showing you.
So don't show video, you discuss it, describe it. What are you trying to say?
It's not an AI video, it's a video which is I'm just showing you.
Yeah, you don't need to show unauthenticated videos. You can tell me whether the Chief Minister was drunk.
This is authenticated. If it is unauthenticated, you can sue me.
No, I don't want to see unauthenticated video. I want to know whether the Chief Minister, why he avoided an alcohol test. Is it a difficult question, Ramnik? I have asked a simple question.
See, I'm saying...
You put that down.
See,
the video was taken during Modi's recent visit
to
Germany.
Let's see.
However, he does not appear to be drunk in the original video.
Can you just answer my question on whether the Punjab Chief Minister was drunk?
I have a video I tried to show you a video in which Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi in Germany was blurring. The way he talked to the Indian media there, अच्छा, आप लोगों को अंदर नहीं आने दिया,
So what's wrong with that?
तो आप लोगों ने कोई चलाई थी इस पे शो?
No, what I'm sorry, but I think you're not understanding. You do realize there is a serious situation. There is a serious situation. 1 minute. Let's not say this. The Prime Minister is a teetotaler. He doesn't drink a drop of alcohol. On the other hand, you have a man. Please don't even have a comparison there. Put that down. No, 1 sec. Now, Ramnik, why don't you answer the question? Was he drunk? Yeah.
He was total talli TT ਸੀਗਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਐਂਡ ਡਕਿਆ ਸੀ दारू ਦਾ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਡਕਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ He was completely TT total talli ਸੀਗਾ and this is not the first time Arnab there have been several occasions when he was drunk.
Then let me respond to that question.
Not just in the assembly also in the parliament Darbar Sahib शराब पी के गया बंदा he has been to Takht Sri Damdama Sahib in a drunken state. He has been in public rallies in a drunken state.
It's absolutely incorrect statement. What is?
Why did Arnab Kejriwal? Oh, speaking. एक मिनट रुको पहले बात सुनो.
You are absolutely lying, sir. It has never ever happened.
Let's keep this decency, Somnath ji. I didn't interrupt you.
It has never ever happened.
सुनो, अरे हुआ है. अरविंद केजरीवाल ने खुद कहा था कि मेरे को आज प्रॉमिस किया है. भगवंत सिंह मान जी ने मेरे को आज वायदा किया है. उन्होंने अपनी मां की कसम खाई कि आज के बाद शराब नहीं पिएंगे. That he will. Sir, listen. Arnab, you played a clip. अच्छा सोमनाथ यार तुम तो मानोगे नहीं यार. Let's not get there. ਅਸੀਂ ਭੁਗਤ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਜਮੂਰਾ ਬਿਠਾਤਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਭੁਗਤ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ. We are the ones who are facing this. You are the sitting
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਭੁਗਤ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ. ਪੰਜਾਬ has suffered a lot at
सुनो सोमनाथ जी, I'll tell you. Arnab, I have confirmed this from independent journalists. When he was coming down the stairs of Vidhan Sabha, he was held by 2 policemen.
Sir, please allow a government which is the people.
I am talking about today.
To work properly in the interest of people of Punjab.
वो भज्जिया खाने लिए पता तेनू? He ran because he was drunk. He was stinking of alcohol. Yogendra Yadav has said this. Brij Bhushan Singh Charan has said this. So many people in your own party
BJP and Congress both of you tried together.
अच्छा, you tell me.
To destabilize government in Punjab from the party. You failed.
भगवंत मान to go to Gurdwara Sahib. चाहे दरबार साहब Guru Granth Sahib ਦੀ ਸੌਂ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਦੇ. Let him swear by Guru Granth Sahib that he was not drunk today. What are you saying, Somnath ji? यार कोई शर्म ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਕਿ ਬੇਸ਼ਰਮ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਆਮ ਆਦਮੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਵਾਲੇ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯਾਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦਾ ਟਕਿਆ.
ਪੰਜਾਬ
ਟੀਵੀ ਤੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਦੰਦ ਕੱਢ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ. You are showing your teeth on television.
Allow them to work. Don't bring such nonsense.
Why can't you admit he was drunk? Why can't you take him to a rehab? We have got very good rehabs in Punjab. Why can't you send him to Bangalore?
He spoke for half an hour in assembly.
Arvind Kejriwal wherever Arvind Kejriwal goes, send him to a good rehab here.
Now many people. Now 1 minute. You are calling the chief minister a drunkard. The BJP
elect a clown and expect a circus.
Where Mani Modi ji in Germany.
Now my question is to you, and I'm opening up lines. Tejas is calling from Gorakhpur. We'll open up about 10 phone calls tonight. We are in a serious situation where.
You don't know he's drunk.
I have a point to make before you open the line.
Yes, please.
Who's he? Man who used to beat his wife. The man sitting next to you used to beat his wife. And he's talking about the Prime Minister. His wife is on record. That man used to harass her. Used to beat her.
ये यूपी से पिट के है.
भारती जी,
मार खा के
आपकी पत्नी का नाम है. कंप्लेंट नंबर निकाल दूं आपकी कंप्लेंट नंबर निकाल दूं. शिकायत तो दर्ज कराई थी आपकी वाइफ.
दिखा देगा. RP is speaking. He's made a point.
अभी आपकी फ्रांस मिस्टर फंसी हैं.
यूपी में पटाई हुई थी आपकी.
आप भी फंसना चाहते हैं.
आप भी फंसना चाहते हो. सेवा करिए थोड़ी मोटी.
अर्नब को साथ में कोर्ट ले जाओगे.
किन्ने झूठे तुसी कुट लो यार. तुसी पर्चा दर्ज करा लो.
मेरी बीवी तो मेरे पास है. अपने प्रधानमंत्री की बीवी के पूछो.
You have a government in Punjab.
अरे आप मोदी जी की बीवी कहाँ है?
You register FIR.
मेरी बीवी मेरी पास है.
छोटे करके अफसरां को सुसाइड करनी पड़ रही है.
वो भी
एक मिनट. RP बोल रहे आप क्या कटिंग कर रहे हैं? नहीं, RP बोल रहे थे. You're not listening. Don't do that, Aditi.
अरे बताइए. प्रधानमंत्री की बीवी कहाँ है?
No, my question is this, please. That was he drunk? Tejas from Gorakhpur. Because if the chief minister was drunk, today, if he was in the assembly in a state of absolute and utter intoxication, if he was intoxicated, as is being alleged, and visuals can easily be played, then I think he should have taken the test. He should have taken the breathalyzer test. Tejas, what do you think? Was he drunk, Tejas?
Good evening, Anna. Good evening. Thank you for giving
Good
me the
evening, Tejas. Visuals, please. So many visuals.
The basic facts of the matters are he in the assembly was acting like someone who is drunk. Any police officer, for any common man who is on the road driving, if someone has to take a breathalyzer test, the reason is based on suspicion of having alcohol. It is seen by the mannerism shown by the particular person.
Yes.
So now, if the CM of Punjab is acting like he is drunk, and if the opposition offered and suggested that he should, and even all the members of the assembly should take a breathalyzer test, why did the speaker, who is a member of the Aam Aadmi Party, Kultar Singh Sandwan, why did he refuse to get the breathalyzer?
Viewers, Amarjit is calling from Delhi as well. Ramnik, you see, the leader of the opposition, Pratap Singh Bajwa, has said that Bhagwant Mann was drunk and he came drunk to the assembly. And
what is the topic?
Fight for Modi ji.
Mr. Ramnik Mann.
Today or not? Yes or no?
Are Modi ji
today or not? Yes or no?
Now, mute him, please. Amarjit from Delhi. Amarjit, I am no expert on body language. What do you think of his behavior? What issues does this raise? Amarjit from Delhi.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me a chance to talk to you.
Louder.
You see, Arnab, there is nothing like new. If we talk about our members, they have been behaving in and out everywhere like that. Mr. Somnath Bharti, I have good respect for him, but if he is there in on the dais with you, what is special about him? This is very routine things for these people. This Chief Minister of Punjab, it's not for the first time that he has done it. Everybody in Punjab knows that he's a serious drunken person every time. Whether it is at home, whether he's driving, whether he is walking, and they don't have such shame to talk like this and protect.
Somnath Bharti, Somnath, see, he's holding a constitutional position. Secondly, it is a known fact that he has a drinking problem. I think you need to look into it, that the drinking problem, if it is there, and is it not, you see, it's going to hurt your party's image if you support what he has done.
They need to ask Mr. Singh this question.
No, you need to look at
the
again, you are getting personal. I can answer 20 times worse to you, but why are you not concerned about the drinking problem? About the drinking problem of the possible drinking problem of the Chief Minister? Venkatesh from Bengaluru, I won't take much time tonight. 3 more minutes on this debate. Ramnik, it's important, RP Singh, that this issue needs to have, reduce the volume, this issue needs to be brought to some resolution now, Venkatesh, you think? Or should it just be ignored, that he was drinking? Can it be dismissed as a personal attribute?
I think he definitely was drunk, Arnab. Good evening, Arnab. 3 very quick points. We know the fascination that the absolutely alcoholic party has with alcohol, with the Daru Gotala. And I think it is actually the fault of the Delhi Chief Minister and Modi ji, because they threw them out of power in Delhi, and these guys are drunk on power in Punjab. So it's all Modi ji's fault, like what they were saying.
Yeah, Venkatesh, but it's damn serious. Last word to RP here tonight. RP, is this the end of this issue for the BJP?
If he was not drunk, to nasha kaun sa kiya tha?
I mean, we used to talk about Urta Punjab, today it's Urta CM. Well, that's the problem. Well, it's not first time. He's a habitual person. And again it keeps popping up. And it's not only here. It happened in Gurdwaras. It has happened in other places. It has happened in flights. It has happened in Parliament. There's a complaint with a member of Parliament against him on this. So it's better that Arvind Kejriwal should think about something else. We can't allow a CM with this state of affairs to run the state. How can we allow a CM with such habits running a state? And then there is regular killing because of the overdose of drugs in Punjab. 5 of a family were killed in Sultanpur Lodi recently. 5 members of family. They died because of overdose. And I can send you a complete list of people dying of overdose of drugs every day and all. How can a man give a certain example?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll close at this point. The matter has been raised to the governor. If he was drunk, then there must be some admission. Maybe rehab is an option. If he was not drunk, then he should have gone through a breathalyzer test. The matter is
कौन सा नशा किया था फिर? If he was not drunk, which nasha did he do? Because he was not normal. That is for sure.
What do you?
नशा तो आप कर रहे हैं जनाब. पंजाब को नशे में आपने धकेला है.
मैं अमरतारी गुरसेख हैं, think twice.
नहीं पंजाब को नशे में आपने धकेला है.
मैं अमरतारी गुरसेख हैं, सुन ले मेरी गल.
पंजाब का यूथ बर्बाद कर दिया आप लोगों ने.
मैं नशा नहीं करता. Behave yourself.
पूरा पंजाब को आपने नशे में धकेला है.
होएगा तो अटॉर्नी घड़ीस दूंगा.
You need to behave yourself, sir.
ना बंदा बन के गल करी मेरे नाल. समझ ले मेरी गल नू. समझा?
You can do whatever you want.
मैं अमरतारी गुरसेख हैं. I am a अमरतारी गुरसेख. You can't tell me मैं नशा करता. समझा गल नू?
All right.
Behave yourself, भारती.
पंजाब को आपने नशे में धकेला है.
Warning you, भारती. Behave yourself.
मूवी किस पे बनी थी?
Warning you. ओ बोलता पंजाब नशे
पे बनी थी जनाब?
केड़ा युद्ध नशे विरुद्ध? Which युद्ध नशे विरुद्ध are you talking about in Punjab?
किस पे बनी थी?
Where is this युद्ध नशे विरुद्ध? Your own chief minister is a drunkard. He's a habitual drinker. Why was he taken off the flight to Frankfurt? Frankfurt तो जहाज तो क्यों उतारा सी इन्हों दसो? Do you know we are privy to information? Why does he keep going to Fortis Hospital? You think we don't know? You think people of Punjab are fools? So you can come on television and tell Amritsari person that you are drunk.
समाधान आ रहा है. पंजाब के
Listen, behave yourself. I didn't make any personal accusation on you. Parthy सोलना मेरी गल. I didn't make a personal accusation on you, and you need to behave yourself.
समाप्त हो रही वो आपको चुभ रहा है.
पंजाब दी समस्या सुलझा लिया तुमने.
वो आपको चुभ रहा है.
यार तुमसे अपना घर सुलझता नहीं है तो पंजाब को सुलझाओ.
अकाली तीनों मिलकर के भी आम आदमी पार्टी को उखाड़ नहीं पा रहे. वो आपको चुभ रहा है.
उखड़ गई थोड़ी पार्टी उखड़ गई. थोड़े राष्ट्रवादी 7 MP चले गए. थोड़ी उखड़ गई पार्टी. आपकी जड़ें पंजाब से उखड़ चुकी है. मैटर ऑफ टाइम. सुन ले मेरी गल भारती. रमनीक मान ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਟੀਵੀ ਤੇ ਦੱਸ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ. Note this down. And I'll tell you carefully सुनो. I have spoken to journalists independently. They have confirmed that the Punjab chief minister was drunk. He could not walk straight. अच्छा शराब नहीं पीती ना भारती जी. कौन सा नशा किया था बताओ. कौन सा नशा किया था? आप बता दो कौन सा नशा किया था. You tell me. नहीं पीती शराब ओके. मान ली बात. कौन सा नशा किया था ये बताओ.
आपको दर्द ये है.
कौन सा नशा किया था ये बता दो ना.
सरकार चल रही है
आप बता दो ना कौन सा नशा किया था. कौन सा एक्ट लगेगा. कौन सी धारा लगेगी एनडीपीएस की मुख्यमंत्री के ऊपर.
No, he's saying that if it is, he's saying, Mr. Bharti, that if the chief minister was not drunk on alcohol, was he intoxicated with some other substance? Was he intoxicated with any other substance?
Mr. Arnab Goswami, BJP and Congress had conspired against the
BJP Congress
when they failed.
There will be people who will be interested in knowing कि नशा कौन सा किया था.
They see no escape.
Congress has conspired to drug Mr.
escape route.
That's what you are saying.
नशा किया गुरुओं का.
Every day there is killing.
Oh, you've lost your mind.
You speak in Punjab.
नशा कितना था गुरुओं का. दाढ़ी रखदा, केस रखदा, अमृत छकदा.
बेदबी के खिलाफ किसने
दाढ़ी रखदा, केस रखदा, अमृत छकदा. दारू पी के ढकिया नहीं आंदा. What are you talking about? He would have kept a beard. He would have kept his hair. He would have participated in अमृत यार अमृत छका होता. ओ छड़ दे यार. And if he would have been so high on Guru's nasha na, he would have never gone to Taksiri Damdama Sahib in a drunken state. He would have never gone to Darbar Sahib in a drunken state. He would have never gone to funerals in a drunken state. What are you talking about yaar? You are so shameless. Bharti ji, you are so shameless. Very shameless.
You are shameless.
Alcohol party. Alcohol party.
In Punjab.
Alcohol party. All alcohol party. All alcohol
Ladies and gentlemen, the matter is concerning. I believe we are concerned both about the physical and mental well-being of the Punjab Chief Minister. He should go through a regular alcohol test and submit himself to public scrutiny. If there was a similar allegation against anyone else in any part of the world, they would have been forced to go through a breathalyzer test. You can't drive a car, but you can come in as Chief Minister into Assembly drunk. Unbelievable. Ladies and condemnable if true, and very condemnable if true. Very condemnable. Ladies and gentlemen, some channels go soft on these kind of stories. I don't know why. What do they have to gain? What do they have to lose? They don't want to say anything. They don't want to ask the tough questions. Another tough question is about impending inflation. You see, the impact of what has happened in the Middle East will be felt on LPG prices, have been felt already. Aviation fuel prices have gone up. Airlines are writing to the government saying we're going to increase fares. No doubt the government says that only commercial players are facing the surge, not individuals. But eventually the question is, if inflation goes through the roof, won't the individual be the one paying? How bad can things get? How much control can be put? Is it true that after the elections are over, the government will look at the possibility of allowing inflation a little bit to deal with the economic pressure? Let's debate.
Concerned because we have witnessed various missiles flying over our head and various explosion noises we had heard.
The war in West Asia is sending global supply shockwaves. India's domestic resilience is pegged solely on its shock-absorbing economy.
इस महीने हम लगभग 1,92,532 टन कमर्शियल एलपीजी की सेल कर चुके हैं.
But some sectors are feeling the heat. Commercial LPG costs are surging. A sharp jump of over 900 rupees has taken the price of one commercial cylinder over rupees 3,000 across metropolitans. Meanwhile, the government has assured no change in price for domestic supplies.
वेस्ट एशिया क्राइसिस के चलते हमारे एनर्जी इंपोर्ट्स क्रूड और एलपीजी और नेचुरल गैस के अफेक्ट हुए हैं, परंतु भारत सरकार की ये कोशिश रही है कि आम जनता को कम से कम परेशानी हो. इसके चलते डोमेस्टिक एलपीजी की सप्लाई 100% एश्योर की गई है.
Aviation fuel prices for international flights noted a 5% surge, while domestic air turbine fuel surcharges remain unchanged. With commercial sectors taking a hit, the question is, will the business solely pay for what's happening, or will consumers stand to face inflation-driven costs?
Okay, how bad can things get? Will fuel go much higher? LPG has gone significantly high already. Is it true that now that elections are over, the government will open up inflation? It was controlling it till the 29th for obvious political reasons. Abbas Haidar, Santosh Mehrotra of the Samajwadi Party, economists respectively, and Manish Bariyar of the BJP. Now, Manish, the government has revised central excise duties on the export of petrol and diesel starting May 1st. However, they are saying there is no change in the existing excise duty rates on petrol and diesel cleared for domestic consumption. How long can the government hold this? Because there's a big rumor that petrol and diesel prices are going to go through the roof.
Good evening to you and good evening to my co-panelists and all the viewers. I think those are rumors. That's it. And you said that the prices have got significantly up for LPG. It's 7%. And while the prices internationally in this last 1 month has got 42%. So I think in a way, and I was looking at, the prices all over the Asia as well as other countries. I think India has been quite resilient. We've done a very good job, although it hurts.
But commercial LPG has gone up by 47%.
I don't know where do you get this number, but I saw in last 1 month it has gone up by 60 rupees, which with the earlier price, if you look at, it is 7%.
It went up by 60 rupees on the 7th of March, a 14.2 kilogram household cylinder. Right?
Right.
The price of 19 kilo commercial LPG cylinder increased by 993 rupees. So commercial also has an impact on inflation or not?
Just for your viewers' benefit and your benefit, the commercial one is only 1% of the entire LPG cylinder which we use. Now, of course, it hurts. There's no doubt, Arnab, that this hurts. But I think given the circumstances, the very challenging circumstances, globally, India has done a very good job. Let me give you two examples. While all these things were happening, Hardeep Puri ji was in US and we signed a very good deal with US, where now from their Gulf Coast, I think we are importing around 1.2 million metric ton of LPG. That's the kind of, the agreement we have done. We have also, very importantly, diversified our sources. So now we have tie up with...
No, I know, but I am only looking prospectively. I'm not getting into a sharp debate on this one. I'm just asking that, Santosh Mehrotra, since the intent of the government is to not impact households, and I think they've been very brave about it, they have, not impacted household LPG cylinders except marginally by 60 rupees on the 7th of March. But maybe they will continue this trend because they want to absorb it. So what's wrong with that?
Maybe they will, but let's just focus on not just the commercial, industrial, that has been inevitably spin-off and spillover effects on workers across the board in small and medium enterprises which are dependent upon supplies. Let's also consider the 5 kilogram cylinder. The 5 kilogram cylinder refill, the price used to be under 200 rupees. That price is now at least 50% higher, and that's what impacts the poorest people, because most people do not have...
That's an informal market, black market or formal market? Numbers that you're quoting?
No, this is... that's what I say. The 175 to 200 rupees is the regular market, and then the price in the black market. Now, then
so black market, your black market is not under the government.
No. It may not be under the government, but you have to understand the context, Arnab. The context is that there is a sharp supply-demand gap. I can tell you what the numbers are on that. The government has done a good job in attempting to increase production. There is no question about that since early to mid-March, the government had increased production. And let's also face the reality that imports were sharply cut, and imports that were coming in of LPG from Hormuz has been closed. So there are serious constraints. No one is denying that, and the government also has a fiscal constraint, and therefore it is trying to absorb the price rise, which is why it has not passed the price rise on so far. However, it's highly likely that...
You're hoping that they do?
Yeah, that they might probably...
You're hoping that they do?
No, it's not a question of hoping or not hoping. We know.
Didn't you hear the Pakistani minister Musaddiq Malik admitting that Pakistan has energy security deficit, but India has so much strategic and commercial stocks? Did you hear that, Abbas Haider? Did you hear that? Would you like to compare the situation in any other country to the wonderful situation in India?
Mr. Goswami, I believe this is juggling in name of economic management. Ultimately, the common people of the country, the common taxpayer is paying the price for this. See, let's be clear. We don't deny the global crisis. That is real. But the impact on citizens depends on how prepared the government is. But unfortunately, our current government was not prepared. We certainly had a good time. During 2016, the crude oil prices were between $30 per barrel to $50 per barrel. And the petrol, we were selling petrol at 70 rupees. And it was higher. In 2013-14, it was around $110 per barrel. Today, it is around $100 per barrel. So the thing is, when we had a good time, we were taking much more taxes from the government. And now if we had a bad time, it is time to give relief to the common citizen. It is time to give relief to the common citizen in the name of cutting central taxes on fuel. Because, 993 rupees in just one day, the biggest ever, fuel hike, which has happened in this country, just after the day of election it happens, and we are all sitting and we are trying to justify the government. That is very unfortunate. See, this is going to affect every common household of this country. Pradhan Mantri ji was telling, or he has given one.
You're not happy because there is no panic. You're not happy. You see you are being so unfair. You and Santosh Mehrotra are being so unfair. So economical, with the truth.
I'm giving you the facts.
Yeah, I can give you the facts as well to counter you if you allow me.
The US and Europe, they are cushioning their citizens.
You are making things up. One minute.
I'm sorry. I'm now going to give you more facts.
They are just juggling. They are increasing taxes. They are increasing prices in commercial LPG cylinders, in fuel prices, aviation fuel prices. And what is going to happen?
What is the increase in petrol price since you say, Santosh Mehrotra? Santosh Mehrotra, may I ask you your present geographical location?
I am very much in Delhi, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute. So you're not in Moscow. Thank you. I was.
I came back from Moscow this morning.
Yeah, good. Then if you, So 1 minute. No, you came back from Moscow. Well done. Thank you. My question to you is, sir, since you're very much in Delhi and so am I, can you tell me the price of petrol in Delhi today compared to November 2024? Let's go there. Let's go there.
Talk about the LPG.
No, let's go there. Let's go to petrol prices since November 2024. Let's go there.
Since you love to roll your head a lot.
Yeah, I'm rolling my head and I'm rolling yours as well because you're getting confounded. Tell me, have diesel and petrol prices remained relatively unchanged in India? Despite the crude oil volatility, have diesel and petrol prices remained relatively unaffected in India? Yes or no?
Yes, we know they have not.
No, we know they have.
The official price. What
you won't give the Modi government credit for that, Santosh?
Listen, you have to tell the people the facts. So you were asking me about the small cylinder. The official price of the small cylinder used to be under 200 rupees. The official price of the small cylinder was raised to 261 first. Then it is now stands at somewhere between 550 and 600 rupees. That's the official. And on top of that, that's a 5 kilogram cylinder. On top of that, there is a black market price, which is the reason that hundreds of thousands of workers from the Faridabad, Manesar, Delhi area were rioting. That is the
rioting. You want riots also now? My God, your imagination has got totally wild.
I'm not imagining. You love to live in your air-conditioned office and pontificate.
Your office is not air-conditioned? Where you are sitting right now, your home is not air-conditioned?
No, listen.
Your home is not air-conditioned?
Yes, my home is air-conditioned.
Yeah, my home. So why do you then use the air conditioning as some kind of a luxury?
Listen.
No, why do you have this mentality?
The people you are addressing and the people who are listening to you are not the people who are concerned about the 5 kilogram cylinder people.
Yeah, you have a 5 kilogram cylinder at home?
I have a piped natural gas.
Yeah, so you have piped that. Has your price gone up? Has your availability gone down?
Don't be ridiculous. The vast majority of the population.
So what are you? You're not Mukesh Ambani or Gautam Adani.
Majority. Listen, the BJP doesn't care. You don't care. I can see that you don't care because if you.
How dare you say I don't care? I am just saying, sir, this is so unfortunate. Now.
Not be talking about the commercial and the air conditioning in my house or your house.
Sir, where were you when more than 10 crore women didn't have access to LPG gases at all.
Yeah. Go on, ask him.
It was this government which made it possible, and still they are getting at 533. In fact, you will see that the number of consumption of these cylinders have gone up. Earlier it used to be 2.3 per cylinder, now it is 4.7. I think, sir, you must appreciate that.
No, I'm very pleased. You're absolutely right. I praise the government for what it does right. I was there praising the government on this. However, what you must also remember is that there is a very severe shortage, and thankfully the government is attempting to come up with kerosene supplies, and it has diversified its sources of supply. I agree with all of that. The fact of the matter is there is a crisis, and Mr.
So this crisis, first of all, don't keep using that word. And now, Mr. Mehrotra,
to use that word, it's when hundreds of thousands of workers lose their jobs and go back to their homes, then...
Have you counted the numbers? Who has given you that number? Your imagination.
No. All you have to do is to look at the newspaper
Which
heading.
paper you're reading, Wire or Scroll?
Sir, I'm a labor economist.
You're reading Wire, Scroll, News Laundry,
You ask me
Print.
a question, you don't listen for the answer.
Who are you reading? What are you reading? Just a question, innocent question.
That's the reason why you call me, that you just want to hear your own voice, then don't.
No, I can say a few things right now which will counter you very well if you choose to listen. And I just want to tell you this, Dr. Mehrotra. You must know that the Indian government has cushioned you, cushioned me, and cushioned Manish Bariyar as well. The Indian government has managed the shock the best of all in the world because it has delayed the pass-through. Now the question is, as an intelligent man, you should ask is if crude remains elevated, for how long can oil companies and the government keep absorbing the pain? You should say, and Abbas should say, we are proud that the Narendra Modi government, who we abuse every day personally, has cushioned us. It has cut excise duty. It has taken the hit. It has saved the consumers. Right? Why is it?
Sir,
why
it
is it?
Time to give cushioning to the common citizen of this
country. So what do you think this is for? This cushioning is for common citizen only.
$40 per barrel. We were getting huge taxes from common.
What nonsense, Abbas? What unadulterated tons of nonsense is that from you?
Street vendors, LP, they should give subsidy to street vendors who are, not able
Abbas,
to get LPG.
Don't talk rubbish. India has taxed exports. India has taxed exports so that fuel stays in India instead of being sold.
Sir, your studio may not even have tea for yourself, sir. Because, look at the price of the LPG
My
cylinder.
studio has enough tea. You want to have chai? Come here. Come and have chai with me.
People won't be able to support.
Come and have chai with me. I will give you free chai. My question to you is, I won't even charge you. My question is,
but you can offer me tea, but आज कोई सड़क पे आम आदमी नहीं पिला सकता है किसी को चाय. This is the reality.
कहाँ की आप मतलब एक nightmarish situation करके आपको फायदा क्या? आप फिर भी हारेंगे.
What cushioning does the government have for common hotelier, dhaba, street vendors? What cushioning has government given to them? The airlines are writing to the government about their fuel prices.
Abbas, लखनऊ के टुंडे कबाब अभी भी बिक रहे हैं तो उनको पूछिए टुंडे कबाब में बिक रहे हैं कि नहीं अभी भी? वहाँ पे गैस मिल रही है कि नहीं?
सब जगह प्राइस बढ़ गए हैं.
बढ़ गए. अच्छा, आप कब गए लास्ट? आप कब गए लास्ट वहाँ पे?
Juggling, that's all.
Just making up stories.
They are just juggling. There's going to be a change reaction which we can already, see on the streets.
You are hoping for it. I'm saying yes, there is an impact.
I'm very upset that this is happening around us.
No, the point is Manish. Okay, Manish, listen. How long can you delay the inevitable is the question. Has the government underestimated the impact of crude price rise? Is the government kicking the can down the road by not taking the call on increasing the fuel prices now? How long can you do that? 1, 2, 3. Did the elections, now see, he's very happy, Santosh, now that I'm asking these questions. He's not happy when I ask questions critical of him. Moment I say something that he agrees with is fine. That's a sign of a hardliner. Santosh Mehrotra is a hardliner because he only likes to hear views that he agrees with. But I'll continue regardless of that. Did the elections in the 4 states influence the government decision not to raise prices? What is the assurance that the prices will not go up after the 4th of May? Is it good economics to increase commercial LPG by 50%, right? And keep domestic prices the same? Does this not create a arbitrage or black marketing situation? The nation wants to know. Are we looking at a serious situation, right?
Absolutely. In fact, as you would know, that the government made number of steps, in fact, it took to ensure that there's no black marketing. So it ensured
how long
that
can you do this?
Emergency services were put into effect. The rules.
Should I open up some lines? How long can you? How long?
Also, just to
how long can you do this?
No, the government is very determined to ensure that the.
How long will the determination last?
Look, see, it's a very
look, see is not an answer. Neither is look an answer. Neither is see an answer.
So it's a very evolving situation.
That's a diplomatic, very diplomatic answer.
No, it's not diplomatic. Of course.
Praful Sharma calling from Alwar, it is diplomatic.
Probably.
See, when you say, I have now spent, I'll tell you, 29 years as a journalist. I have spent 20 years of them as an editor of leading channels, and I have spent 9 years as a founder of a network. I am not a babe in the woods, a greenhorn. The question is, when you say, look, my antenna goes up, then you say, see, my antenna goes up more, and then you say the classical words, it is a highly evolving situation. That means you're not telling me something you know. Come on, Manish, Santosh, we must know what Manish knows. We must know what Manish knows.
My sense, Arnab, is that Manish actually does not know. He's probably, if you scratch the surface and if you meet him...
Yeah, he doesn't have an official information on this. Neither do I, neither do you.
After the 4th of May, perhaps the prices will go up. We know that. We've been...
Praful Sharma from Alwar. Praful, what do you think?
Yeah. Sir, am I audible or not?
Yeah, you are audible, Praful, yeah.
Okay, sir, I'm your biggest fan, Arnab, sir, first of all. I want to start my question. So the West Asia conflict and the global crude oil surge have been ongoing for 3 months. Yet the government and oil marketing companies miraculously found the fiscal space to keep price stable exactly until the last vote was cast in West Bengal. Is the Indian economy run on global market dynamics or it's run on the election commission schedule?
Question.
I want to ask the BJP higher leadership today.
Manish, please answer that. Manish, yes, Praful, stay on. Manish, answer.
Yeah, can you rephrase because I couldn't hear it.
It was a clear question that have you kept this down till the elections? Are we
Absolutely not.
Is economics guided by politics broadly?
No. In fact, just to share with you, the government has absorbed almost around 40,000 crore, and every year we provide...
But for how long?
40,000 crore as a subsidy, right? So it's
but
not
for how long the nation wants to know?
No, see, I think
again, no and see.
The priority of this government has always been welfare of the people, and as long as the welfare of the people is not compromised...
I'm just asking a question. I'm not getting hyper-aggressive. Sham Sundar from Bengaluru. Sham Sundar. Debate getting just interesting. Sham Sundar. Yes, Sham.
Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening, sir.
I have 2 questions, both for BJP government. One is in favor of BJP government only. Actually, they should have increased it long back, with justification, both petrol and all. Because international conditions are like that. But with holding it for now also, it is against the government only.
They should have increased it long back. That's what Sham Sundar says. This is an interesting debate. We're not going to clear any clear answers. We don't have a formal official position on it beyond saying nothing's happening right now. But let's be real. There will be some impact. And when that impact happens, we must not be opportunistic. I thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. On the other side, Bengal. People say, don't you have enough of Bengal? I said, I don't, because the people have not had enough of Bengal. Every day, get a zillion calls on what's happening in Bengal. This is a mini general election, have no doubt. And what will happen when Mamata has gone crying to the Supreme Court? When we are back.
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है।
भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, anybody can dream।
मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the house of Arvind।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ, स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
जिंदल साथी सील है तो असली स्टेनलेस स्टील है।
तो जब भी आप स्टेनलेस स्टील पाइप्स एंड ट्यूब्स खरीदें, जिंदल साथी सील जरूर चेक करें।
जिंदल स्टेनलेस, इंडियाज लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ स्टेनलेस स्टील।
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
You're beautiful.